Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ProPokeBowl Season 4 week number 9. It is the last week, the final week, the only week that officially matters, as the top 6 will be announced. This is not 6. The top 6 will be announced tonight for the ProPokeBowl playoffs coming up to a Noob's channel near you. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. My name is ProPokeNoob, and I'm super excited for this week. This is the first tournament on this channel in 3 years where we've never had such a close race for standings as it has been in this particular series. It makes me feel really good. It's been such a fun one, a semi-competitive one. It's been a fantastic tournament. Thank you very much for sharing that with me. But let's prove it to you. If you don't believe me, let's take a look at the standings to see if you guys actually do believe me or not. With this has been how incredibly competitive this particular tournament has been. First place after a 2-0 shellacking of last week. Pichu Warriors moved up into first seed. Second seed held by W Wellington. These two will not change today. If they both 2-0 or 0-2, it does not matter. The only thing that can happen is Pichu Warriors dropping a game and Wellington grabbing 3 points. Otherwise, they are set as our quarter-final finalists. I don't know, finalists? They get the buys. Third place, Stock Power Sky Sharks. Fourth place, the Okeechobee Toros. Fifth place, Sarasota Suicoons. Sixth place, technically, the Alaskan Araquanids, as the Stockton Thunderous lose in the head-to-head in 7th place. The Boston Beartics, Lanakila Conquerors, and QB Destroyers sitting at the bottom of the ladder. Unfortunate for them that they are not able to make it in to the ProPokeBowl playoffs. No big deal. We're actually going to be interviewing them, one of them tonight. But this is an incredibly close race, as you can see. Between 5th and 7th place actually has enormous implications. If you guys read Noob's Notes this week, which was actually put out today, sorry about that. If you guys are actually reading the notes implications, there are some major factors here that can go on depending on what the series hold for us. And these particular series are the Stock Power Sky Sharks go up against the Okeechobee Toros, the fight for 3rd place. Boston Beartics against W Wellington, Lanakila Conquerors versus the Pichu Warriors, the QB Destroyers taking on the Alaskan Araquanids, and quite possibly the largest one for both these players, the Stockton Thunderous up against the Sarasota Suicoons. The match of the tournament, really. Not just Ivan versus Mitchie, but these two tonight are fighting to hold a place in the playoffs or to gain a place if you are world leader. We are going to be starting with the QB Destroyers versus the Alaskan Araquanids, but give us a moment, ladies and gentlemen, because I am going to start with an interview with the coach of the Boston Beartics with eventual coma. Please come to the stands. We'll be talking with a couple of coaches tonight, just because we are going to be having a little bit of issues with people being a little late. No big deal. I thought it'd be nice that it would be, hello, that's not the thing. I thought it'd be nice for people to actually have their insights and share their thoughts and their experiences in the ProPokeBowl. And what better way to start with than someone who's been eliminated, because they don't have to feel that much pressure tonight. And they're up against Mitchie. And apparently I rigged it so that Coma would be losing his chances at making it through the tournament, so. Where is this man? Yes, the first two actually, Ox, are the matches that do determine who's going to the playoffs. Basically, to quickly go through that, Doodle basically is going to try and grab a 2-0 tonight, which puts World Leader in a situation where he has to win 2-0. All the Sarasota Suicoons have to do is get a 1-1 against him, and hope to God he doesn't get kicked out, because he really can't, actually, because as long as he wins one match tonight, gamer's in. If Alaskan Araquanids drop the ball, they can be kicked out. Discord, Coma. Hello! Hello? You're muted. You're definitely muted.
That's a thing.
That is a thing.
That's a thing.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. You know, besides the fact you rigged my whole tournament.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, this is Coach Eventual Coma of the Boston Beartics. Apparently, I rigged his entire experience in the last 2 weeks, which cost him the playoff chances. Would you like to explain that to people?
Yes. You see, Mitchie, which is probably second, maybe first best of this tournament, was my first week. And Ivan was my last week. Coincidence? I say not.
Or, you know, just really lucky RNG.
You see, is it lucky, though?
Yes, because luck can go both ways. That's okay. Coma, can you tell us about this is your first ProPokeBowl, and you drafted yourself a fairly convincing team, at least for the beginning part of the tournament. You were holding quite well up there in the standings. What was it like for this type of experience with this different type of drafting process than what you've probably done in your Showdown experiences?
Oh, trust me, I've been playing Pokemon competitive. This is like my first time actually playing competitive in Pokemon. In the first week, I didn't even know how to build my team.
But you learned.
Yes.
Interesting. Was I supposed to respond to that? I have no idea how to respond to that.
I did. I did buy the mocks, and I did buy a bit of training.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks to Lukman, I got a big ground in this tournament. You know, shame that I let him down, but, life goes on.
Exactly. And you know what? For all things considered, one thing that there's always one player that we can turn to when it comes to improvements, and if you want to see the Season 2 champion, Mr. Ivan Valdez, coach at W. Wellington, the man has shown that there is that type of experience building that happens over time. Yes, it's taken him 3 or 4 seasons, but who cares, right? It's all about just the learning experience and having fun with it. And I could definitely say you've had some fun with a few Pokemon, but you dropped Ambipom, so I don't know where the fun is left on your team.
I mean, I have Leafeon tonight.
Yeah. Okay, so we can probably guess why this is happening. What was the idea behind trading specifically to the Suicunes, the Sceptile for the Leafeon? Why the Suicunes? Why did you allow them to take it?
Because I feel like, me and Gamer, I believe Gamer, this is his first season.
Mm-hmm.
We're one of the rookies of the season, so I was like, okay, you know what, we already faced before the mocks, so I'm like, you know what, you're my closest friend in this tournament, here, take him on. It was supposed to be Infernape for a different mon, but he didn't want it, he just wants Sceptile.
And we can pretty much tell that I'm sure that Suicunes wanted something more along the lines of a faster sweeper. One thing that we've been necessarily paying attention to is the fact that his Pokemon do fall off if he doesn't have the pressure to follow up with the Hawlucha. So what ends up happening is he needs another really fast Pokemon who can kind of keep up and just kind of give a pseudo beatdown, which is Mega Sceptile. Mega Sceptile's done a lot of work for you in the past as well, so...
Actually, that's a lie. I've actually never won with Mega Sceptile.
You what?
I've actually never won with Mega Sceptile on my team.
Have you actually... What? No, come on!
Every single time I put him on, I always lose. I think once I won with him. You
won 3 times. What are you talking about? You have 3.
Really?
It's a 30% win rate, but it's a win. Nobody's counting. I swear.
I could have sworn I lost like every single time.
I think let's put it into perspective here. I do think that your team worked better with other Pokemon that mixed up with it. I really do think there was an identity crisis that you had between your defense and offense. Because yes, I berated you nonstop, be like, use Clefable with Seismitoad. But really your offensive plays came out on top in the end and worked. And then once you had to start going more defensive to actually try and handle things, you really did lose the momentum. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a learning experience for next time.
I still hate you, Project. If you're right here, I hate you.
Why do you hate Project? What did he do?
He destroyed my hopes and dreams.
He destroyed your hopes and dreams. Technically, yes, but the better question is, World Leader actually destroyed your hopes and dreams because you lose the head-to-head to him. That's why you can no longer make it in. So you should really be hitting World Leader, not anything else.
World Leader? I'm gonna count you outside. How about that?
And please take a video of that. Now, Beartix, just to get your official opinion, because you know who. Basically, we're looking at the top 7 tonight. We're going to be seeing who's going to be going into the playoffs. Who is in your eyes that could be a surprise factor when it comes to the actual playoff outcomes, and what matchup would you like to see in the playoffs?
I mean, one matchup I would like to see would be Diego and Ivan, but that ain't gonna happen.
Not this season.
Not next season?
Next season. Probably. Or the Champions Edition, we'll see.
I'm gonna put my Soul Raven cap on. Oh wait, you don't like it.
I like Raven. What are you talking? I liked That So Raven. It was Xeno that didn't like That So Raven. I like That So Raven. But that's not. We're not talking about that. We're talking about what matchup you want to see in this particular tournament.
Okay. I really think it's just Ivan and Mitchie. Although we just saw, pretty sure it was last week. Was it?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was last week. I had to think about that one too. I mean, the game 1 showed a lot of promise, but at the same time, I really do think, like, the game 2 made sense. There was nothing behind, like, Ivan didn't tilt off the face of the earth. He did tilt off the face of the earth, but the real reason is he knew that Mantine being crippled was his only way of losing, and once he got that through, like, basically 80 turns got shortened to about 15 in a matter of series of mind games that Mitchie made. I think he also made one switch as well, right?
You see, you're a nerd.
Uh-huh. That's my job. I'm a gamer, actually. Not the Speaker's gamer, I'm a gamer.
And, you have a lot of weird things in your head, really.
What's that?
Yeah, you have a lot of weird things in your head about movesets.
I do. That's my job, though. I'm supposed to be the keeper of the weird.
Well, I'm supposed to be the memer.
You're supposed to be the memer. And you're doing a very good job of it, Coma.
Yay.
Well, anyways, that was a fun interview. Thank you very much for joining me, Boston Beartix. Good luck in the future seasons. Make sure you put all your Nubits out towards your favorite players. And good luck.
You're saying it wrong.
Can you do me a favor tonight? Can you beat Mitchie in one game? Just beat him once. I just want to see it. Just destroy him.
Beat who?
Mitchie. Aren't you against the Pichu Warriors? Oh, you're against Ivan. Okay, beat Ivan once. I don't care. Beat one of the top 2 once. Just beat him once.
Okay. If I do, okay.
Uh-huh.
You better give me a cookie.
I give you a what now? A cookie?
You better give me a cookie.
Cookies only go to people who enter my questionnaire. Thank you for joining me.
Okay.
And
okay,
goodbye.
let me...
And that was the interview from the Boston Beartix. Very professional coach. As professional as me. But let's get into the first match tonight, which will be the QB Destroyers up against... What is this? Okay. It will be the QB Destroyers up against... Where am I here? This is so hard to do when there are no hockeys. It is the QB Destroyers up against the Alaskan Araquanids. One of the main conditions here for the Alaskan Araquanids is basically to get a 2-0, although we do expect this to be a very one-sided affair, as we do think that the Araquanids are coming out super strong. Saw a little bit of trouble when it came to his other battle, specifically against the Sock-powered Sky Sharks, and for Doodle, he does not want to cut it close here. If the Sock-powered Sky Sharks end up in 3rd place tonight, and he ends up in 6th, they are the quarterfinals match, and considering how difficult it was for him to even manage to even get a 1-1 off of Oxum, arguably off a misplay and off of a little bit of an extra tech that helped, in a series and a best of 5, I do expect Doodle to just tilt off the face of the earth. He really wants to avoid this unfavorable matchup, so I do think that he wants to shoot ahead here, push himself into the 4th versus 5th place matchup here, and really just try his best. I mean, I don't condone fixing the seeds or anything like that, but in this particular situation, he's either against Oxum or he's against the winner between the 4th and 5th place teams here, and I would want to be as far away as possible from a team that's strong as Sock-powered Sky Sharks. So definitely interested to see what's going to be going on tonight. Unfortunately, because there are so many players and teams that actually have to worry about getting into the ProPokeBowl playoffs, last week is usually a good time for memes, and I do expect Darkness to bring on the memes, because, you know, last week is usually just that relaxing week. You bring out your favorite movesets. If it is your last time in the ProPokeBowl for this season, like it is going to be for the QB Destroyers, you just want to bring whatever the hell you can actually bring out and just have fun with it. So definitely looking forward to that. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank each and every one of you for showing up. As you are watching the stream or gambling, you are gaining Nubits. You can use those Nubits towards your favorite players, favorite teams, and favorite coaches by going into the Twitch extension at the bottom right hand of your screen. There is a jigsaw piece puzzle. Once you get that going, you can donate your Nubits to your favorite teams. The person at the end who has the most points at the end of the playoffs will receive the most valuable Pokemaster Award, aka the MVP Award. And we'll be going straight from there. But ladies and gentlemen, it is the beginning of the end. It's a pretty freaking good song, but it's going to be an even better night, as we are going to be getting into game number 1. Let's see the magnitude. That's not a battle. This is a battle. The magnitude of what it's going to mean for all of these players tonight, as we get to game number 1 of the series number 1 of the last part of the ProPokeBowl regular season for Season 4. The QB Destroyers up against the Alaskan Araquanids. Let's take a look. That Arteria was traded onto the side of Darkness. Let's see what he can do with it tonight. Looking at the sides, we do see a pretty standard setup here from the Alaskan Araquanid. It's basically bringing the rain. The Kingdra actually is going to be putting a lot of pressure down on this team. In fact, there is, like, nothing that can actually stop it except the Mega Altaria. Honestly, if the Mega Altaria is taken down, I see no problem with the Araquanid sweeping right through this. It is going to be a Goodra versus a Pelipper sweep right in the beginning. Just a Pelipper sweep, whatever. Pelipper setup in the very beginning. We could see something like a Toxic or Thunderbolt come out here from the Goodra, as the Escavalier is going to make its way in. Ooh, Thunder with the Para. Good start for Darkness. Remember, the Alaskan Araquanid is looking for as many points as possible tonight to keep themselves safe. The Mega Horn is going to miss, as the Hax Master himself, QB Destroyers, is going to take out the Escavalier without a single scratch on his Gooey Dragon. That is not something you want to see when you are a man trying to hold your position in the ProPokeBowl playoffs. The Alolan Muck is going to make its way in. Most likely an Assault Vest, can take this hit quite well, takes absolutely nothing from it, but gets parried as well and gets the Para-Hacks. This is not... Is this Mitchie playing? Because that's the type of luck that you see from someone like Mitchie, but unfortunately, knockoff will finally go off. The Gooey is going to proc, not a big deal, but getting rid of those Wise Glasses, believe it or not, will be nice to reduce the damage by about 10%, because Wise Glasses increases all special attacks by 10%. But so far, dealing with almost 1.5 Pokemon, that's pretty solid. The Para comes out again as the Cinccino gets in for free. That should have been destroyed by the Alolan Muck. But instead, the Alolan Muck is going to fall to Cashmere. Potentially, it lives with a single percentage. But guess what? Oh, no. I can feel the salt piling up on the Araquanid's side as the frickin' King's Rock Cinccino in week number 9 makes its appearance and gains its ground. Sky Attack doing a bunch of damage to the Pelipper. This type, now this is funny because we've talked about this type of movesets coming out from the Destroyers. The funny thing is, these movesets are doing decently against the Araquanids. We do have the Hydro Pump coming out here on the Togekiss. Good play by Doodle, knowing that there are 2 Fairy types that can come in. Togekiss is going to be sacked off here unless we do see a miss. The Extreme Speed just to break whatever's going on here. Ooh, we do see a Hydro Pump miss, which is a wasted Rain of Turn. But the nice thing is here, once the Togekiss dies, the Mega Altaria can Mega Up and still stop not only the Draco Meteor, but also resist still the Hydro Pump and becomes a little bit bulkier. It is going to be a double miss as a Roost does come through, so Doodle just not having a good time right now. As this is the type of stuff that changes the tournament completely. You don't want to go out on a time like this. Tailwind is set up as the rain is actually still staying here. Damp Rock coming through. I'm assuming he's going to try and go for something like a Hurricane or a Toxic. He actually just ends up healing off his Pelipper. Good time to do it. Deems that this is probably a supportive Mon, so Roost would be the best time for him to heal this thing up. He is going to try and go for the Hacks here as he does get 1 flinch out on the Pelipper. I mean, at this point, this is what we thought the team was going to be designed for, the QB Destroyers. Stall troll tactics are perfectly acceptable in Pokemon because that's what the game designed for us. Now the rain is wasted, and this Pelipper is hurt. He has to make the switch. He's actually going to let his Kingdra take some damage now, as he's going to try and force this thing up. But without the rain up, it's still a 2-hit KO, but he's going to instead just bring out the Pelipper again. Hope the guy doesn't get crit with an Air Slash. Just barely lives, but if he doesn't miss, that is no more rain, and we still have 2 fully healed Fairy types on the board. He is going to make the switch into Kingdra, but misses. I don't understand. As he misses the Hydro Pump himself. What is going on? This is just not Doodle's night. Oh, this is Season 1 Doodle. This is the rip that we don't want to see. As he lives, the Kingdra's taken down. The threat is eliminated. And looking at the side of the Araquanids, they're running out of steam. The Hitmonlee cannot take out all this on its own. Maybe it can. Stone Edge is going to come through, gets 1 kill, but he's down 3. He's lost so much power from RNG, it's actually disgusting. The Crobat is going to come through. This is a Choice Scarf Hitmonlee as the Acrobatics will come through. One-shot it because the Sky Attack has been used. It is Araquanid versus the world with that Pelipper in the back as this thing is barely taken down as Leech Life will come through. Barely heals him a little bit. But is this Darkness actually threatening the Araquanids from out of the tournament? The Goodra does come in. I don't think it will outspeed. It's going to drop a Thunder. And ladies and gentlemen, in an unsuspected turn of events, the Araquanids are left with doubt as the Kyuubi Destroyers go up 1-0. GG. Well trolled. That feels horrible. That feels bad, man. Oh, man. So, one way to sum up that match. Go into your fridge. Go into the dairy section of your fridge. And go look at the cheese. That's what this match was. That was a tough loss to take. It's always crappy when you have to lose in that type of manner, but again, it's not crappy for Darkness to use it because it is part of the strategy in Pokemon. You can just find these Pokemon that have Serene Grace, get the hacks, honestly try and tilt and put your opponent off kilter and really throw them off, and that's what the QB Destroyer succeeded with. And the really big thing is, I think when we look at the Araquanid's build, yeah, he did have his low luck hacks, which means he didn't have the poison to take on the fairy types, so once he lost that and the Escavalier, he had nothing left. That Kingdra is not even taking out the Togekiss in one fell swoop without a crit with Hydro Pump. That's dangerous for him. Now, I do expect that he is just going to go back in. I do expect the exact same teams coming through, because at this point, with the same teams going through, honestly, he could try and get those steel and poison types going out again. Those fairies won't be a problem, and then Kingdra sweeps right through. The team builds as themselves are much more heavily favored in the Araquanids. I just think that, honestly, because Darkness was able to get those teams going, mind you, with a broken back, he is going to be taking game number 1. And the amazing thing here is, Shortsmaster, Mr. World Leader, can look at this match and go, he can actually take Doodle Humper out of the tournament and turn Clear Sky's tourney into a sandy one. He can bring people to the beach without the rain. That would be amazing. That would be an amazing story, but a horrible one for Doodle to tell his children and his grandchildren, because he'll be feeling that for a few generations with that amount of RNG. But honestly, I don't think much went in the way of wrong in terms of team comp. I really do think the hacks just really overly got to the Doodle Humper. I do feel like the Araquanids can take game number 2. The layout of their team is just absolutely perfect. Takes out the fairy types, has the Kingdra sweep in the end, and really looking at the side of Darkness, once those fairy types are gone, he is basically up the paddle without a creek. Yes, he's up the paddle without a creek, ladies and gentlemen. He's got nothing. So. I do expect a cleaner match. I hope for the Araquanid's sake that we do have a cleaner match, but that's not up to me. That's up to the RNG gods, and so far, QB Destroyers have prayed harder than the Araquanids. Let's see what happens in game number 2. The Alomuck will lead off against Goodra this time. No rain for that Thunder Hacks. He's just going straight for the knockoff or the gunk shot and just says, I want to get rid of this piece of crap ASAP, because Goodra really poops on that Pelipper. But nonetheless, that Dragon Meteor is going to come through. Doesn't do anything as the Wise Glasses will be knocked off. Much better start here for the Araquanids. Plus the Poison Touch to make this thing even less survivable. This is a much better time. He actually gets the Pursuit off. Is going to kill off the Goodra. So that's Pelipper much safer now. We don't have to worry about Scald or Hurricane being stopped by a Thunder Goodra, as the Darmanitan is going to make his way onto the team here. He's going to try and just smash his face as far as he can. If that is a Water Bubble Araquanid, this would be the time to come out. And it is going to be the Pelipper instead. That makes a hell of a lot more sense than what I said. The Stone Edge prediction, though, as it would have been better against the Araquanid anyways. So excellent play by Darkness. As you actually see, it is a Life Orb. He's going to go in for it again. Doesn't want to spam it out. Doesn't want to spam, I guess, Flare Blitz on the off chance that maybe it would have been just a little bit too risky if it didn't die. It might. I'm pretty sure it would have died. But either way, the Flare Blitz is going to come through. Mega Steelix gets a lot more defense, so it's going to be able to take it, especially in the rain, as the Stealth Rocks are set up. This is a better time for the Araquanids. The rain going a lot better for him, as Bulk Up is actually used, but Earthquake is just going to take it out. Not bulky enough, apparently. Destroyer's got to learn to flex harder. So that Mega Steelix is going to be standing out here, rocks abound, and a very powerful sweeper outside of the rain gone. Cinccino is going to make its way in. I do expect something like a Bullet Seed to come through, try and get the hacks, and we are going to see it. He can flinch this Steelix to death if he feels like it, and he doesn't get it. Sits on the Scarf, ruins all value. Can't bring that one back to Macy's, as Togekiss is now going to come back in. It is not looking good for this one. This is the way you would expect this match to go, and I really do respect the change from the Escavalier to the Mega Steelix, because the Mega Steelix can take more of the hits on the side of the Destroyers as opposed to the Escavalier. So excellent trade up here for the Arachnids. Good future for him in the playoffs. He will be taking 1 point here, but that does actually guarantee, I believe, that he is in the playoffs now. Ooh, Sky Attack actually misses. The Heavy Slam's going to come through. I'm surprised. Unfortunate. But nonetheless, he is going to set up the Tailwind for trying for a Mega Altaria sweep. But Mega Altaria is going to be turning part Dragon, part Fairy, which means that its Fairy ass is going to be flattened by Capitalism, as that is going to be 1-1 going over to the Alaskan Arachnids. Unless the thing is carrying Fire Blast? It could be carrying Fire Blast. We do see a Mega come out here. It is Dragon Claw coming through, just not enough damage, as sitting on it will take it down. Ladies and gentlemen, with that point, the Alaskan Arachnids bring themselves into the Pro Pokeball playoffs. Welcome, Doodle. GG. And just to prove it to you, ladies and gentlemen, the matchup between Stockton Thunderous and Alaskan Arachnids tying at 1 apiece actually means that he would win in the head-to-head. I think he wins all the head-to-heads, which is why I said that. But we'll go through the math again because I can't remember what I said. Please change. There we go. Let's take a look at the points after this entire endeavor. And get some better music up. Let's see here. So with that win, the Alaskan Arachnids are going to be moving up a point to 11. And the Sarasota Suicunes are threatened with a tie here. Now, actually, believe it or not, it doesn't guarantee his points. How did I miss that? He will actually... Well, the head-to-head comes first, Oxen. But believe it or not, if we have a 3-way tie, how does this work? No, I worked this out. If all 3 of them tie, they can't actually. Sarasota Suicunes would move up. He has to 2-0. If World Leader does not 2-0, he is out of the playoffs. Because in the head-to-head, the Alaskan Arachnids won against the Stockton Thunderous. Let's pull that up here somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? Show me. Show me the battle. Where is it? Where the hell? Where is it? Please! Was it week 1? Yeah, he beat World Leader week 1, so the head-to-head takes precedence before the number of wins, which means that Doodle will actually be putting pressure on World Leader to try and force him out of the playoffs himself. But as it stands, I believe also the Alaskan Arachnids would actually be kicked out, believe it or not, if World Leader did win 2-0. There you go, Darkness. So let's put this into perspective. With that match going 1-1, World Leader has to 2-0. If he goes to 2-0, he goes to 13 points. Alaskan Arachnids and Sarasota Suicunes are left to their devices, and I believe they tied. I really wish there was an easier way to look this up. There isn't, unfortunately. This is also why I hate doing statistics, because it's really freaking hard for me to do on the spot. And I stared at this nonstop, and I still lost. Oh, he actually lost. Even better. So basically... Oh, never mind. I read this wrong again. If World Leader 2-0s tonight, Alaskan Arachnids are kicked out because the head-to-head actually went to the Sarasota Suicunes. And the wins. So he's not quite in yet. Did I write that down in Noob's Notes? Please tell me I did. Please tell me I didn't screw that up. I said this right. Yes. He needs to hope that he doesn't win 2-0. Yeah, so he's fine otherwise. That's the way it's going to work. So now Stockton Thunderous have to 2-0, and then they can kick out Doodle. Which is funny because it's literally a weather war within a weather war. Yeah, exactly. No, but for sure, World Leader has to 2-0. Sarasota Suicunes just have to 1-1. They don't care about what happens at the bottom, because if they 1-1, World Leader is kicked out, and Alaskan Rakutids take the 6th seed. But nonetheless, good showing by the end there for the Kyuubi Destroyers. What a season it's been with that team. But I mean, you know what? The team is just showing promise for the future. Decent draft. Tons of trades done, too. Playing around with a bunch of different Pokemon. It's good to see one final Huzzah to make things a little bit more interesting in the standings. If World Leader... Is World Leader here? No, technically no, Oxen, because if they... Suicunes are technically... Or, Sarasota Suicunes are technically in. For now... Well, actually, okay. Jesus. This is so hard for me. The Suicunes are technically in, even if they get 2-0'd at this point. So Gamer is also guaranteed in the playoffs now. Hey, look at that. So since the Araquidids didn't take 2-0, they're actually officially in the tournament. Yay! Because he'll beat out the Doodle. Hey, congratulations, Gamer. Look at that. I know it was less exciting than it was supposed to be, but... Look, we did math on stream. We did it. No, you're not needed, Doodle. We've got a different person coming into the thing. But Gamer is in. He is actually going to be the guy that we're going to be interviewing after the break. We'll be back with the second match, hopefully being... Unless other people are ready now. Wait, you want an interview, Doodle? You want an interview? There's no guarantee of you being in yet, sir. Then again, neither was Koma. But... As a side note, guys, I need you guys to tell me when you're actually ready to battle, because 5 people said they were going to be late tonight, so I need to know when you're actually here. Either way, we're going to take a break, and then after the break, we'll figure out what the hell is going on. Thank you much for watching the ProPokeBowl. See you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back to the Pro Pokeball Season 4, Week number 9. We just saw the bottom of the playoff standings get shooken up, and there's actually another big one coming up here. Not quite as big, as both these players will basically remain in the Pro Pokeball playoffs, but it is going to be the Sock-powered Sky Sharks going up against the Okeechobee Tauros. Now, I was just doing a little bit of math on the side. There are a couple things that can actually happen here. This one means more for Project than it actually means for Oxum. Because Project is here, correct? Yes, he is. Perfect. So, for Project, he actually has a chance to take 3rd seed here. If he's able to 2-0 the Sock-powered Sky Sharks, he can kick Oxum down to 4th seed. He goes up to 3rd seed. That's the best he can do, and you know what? That's not a bad thing that can happen. The other thing is, however, the Okeechobee Tauros can actually kind of fall, because not only if they get 2-0'd here, if he loses 0-2, Sock-powered Sky Sharks cannot take 2nd place because they lose the head-to-head to W. Wellington from week number 1. The other thing is, if the Sarasota Suicunes actually gain a point, just a single point, I believe they kick the Okeechobee Tauros down to the 5th seed. If World Leader gains 3 points and the Okeechobee Tauros gain nothing, they actually get kicked to 6th seed, so he can actually be shoved out of the playoffs right to the bottom. Not shoved out of it, but shoved to the bottom of the playoff matchup. And think about it this way. In the quarterfinals, it's 4th seed versus 5th seed, and 3rd seed versus 6th seed. So, depending on what matchup, I mean, you always want to try and do your best. You don't want to rig the matchup. But he could be completely ripped out of a spot from playing 4th place to playing Sock-powered Sky Sharks, which would be them repeat of whatever happens tonight. And you don't want to start your quarterfinals off, just like how Doodle doesn't want to start his quarterfinals off, by fighting the Sock-powered Sky Sharks. So for both their sake, they are trying to win. They are putting their energy together, their hands together for the Tauros to make sure they can try and win the best that they can. But we'll have to see. We'll leave it out on the table. From the looks of it, one thing that I'm actually really looking forward to is I'm hoping there's going to be Trick Room. One thing that we know about Oxum's team is it is all-out offensive. One thing we haven't seen it challenged by, or we have, but not really that big of a deal, is Trick Room. The funny thing is, with everything's fast, well, if you drop a Trick Room, everything suddenly becomes slower. And when your offense moves second, and you have offensive threats that you have on the side of the Tauros here, things can happen. Bad things can happen for your frailer Pokemon. So I'm curious to see if Ox is just going to go standard. Maybe bring a little bit of a chunkier layout tonight. Try and have something to manage any offense, or try and waste out the Trick Room turns. If he doesn't do that, I think Tauros can still try to do other things. I really don't see a world, though, where if you don't have Staraptor, maybe Scarf Circuitry or Spec Circuitry to try and break, like try and wall break a little bit, or just take down these slower Pokemon. Mix that with something that's going to sweep, like maybe a DD Crawdont. I see it being very difficult here for the Tauros to actually have something to not only tank up all the hits from the side of Oxum's team, but just be able to try and match the aggression. You know, if 2 offensive Pokemon come in and you don't have the type advantage, I don't know. I don't think it's looking good for Tauros, but like I said, Tauros has got to try and grab even just a single point here so his standing doesn't just get shuffled around by the conclusion of the tournament with Stockton Thunders against the Sarasota Suicunes, so well, Ox, I don't condone trying to rig it, but the only thing that you could do is literally drop to 4th place. But if you sandbag, you're banned. So basically, either Doodle has to be kicked out of the playoffs, or you are playing Doodle in the quarterfinals. As he sits at 6th seed, you need World Leader to basically 2-0 Gamer. And then you're safe from playing Doodle because he'll be kicked out and you'll be playing World Leader, which you have a much better matchup against than the Alaska Araquanid, so if Tauros 2-0s, you go to 4th place, which then means you play whoever's in 5th seed. And this one's going to be very interesting because I have been, you know, again, I'm a big guy on the Trick Room and all this stuff. I really just want to see it do well. And really, like, I'm looking forward to seeing if Trick Room's actually brought out here. Project has done a pretty good job this season using this team, both in and out of Trick Room. And I do think that it's just mostly, we've seen questionable switch-ins to certain Pokemon. He's lost his resources way faster than he's needed to. So I think for him in the future, just practicing, trying to figure out what Pokemon are actually going to be coming in and taking on certain threats, or just team building a little better to begin with. And then from there, once he gets that going, it's gonna be going well for him. He's a very good player. Very excited to see if he is gonna be joining future Pro Pokeballs. Where is the Sonic Powered Sky Sharks team, Ox? It was awesome last week too. There's nothing lazy about, you know, copy pasting. Just saying. Alright. What the hell? What happened there? I don't want to know. We'll figure it out when we get there. But ladies and gentlemen, we are into game number 1. It will be the Sonic Power Sky Sharks on the close side versus the Okeechobee Toros on the far side. Let's take a look at the team. That is a fairly slow team. We do see that trade. Both trades, the other two trades that happened in Week 9. Diancie coming to the Sonic Power Sky Sharks, and the Sylveon coming in for the Okeechobee Toros, getting those last-minute trades in with coaches before they are unable to trade. Just as a reminder, trading between coaches can only happen twice per season and cannot happen with a coach that is officially kicked out after the last week of the Pro Pokeball. So, for example, they could have traded this week, but next week they cannot trade with 7th through 10th seed for any Pokemon on their team. Their Pokemon become moot. Anyways, we do see a Hammer-On coming out against the Mega Aggron when Earthquake comes through and rocks the crap out of that Metagross. We know that Mega Aggron is a very powerful Pokemon. It's been a great addition to Project's team. Has helped them significantly in this tournaments thus far. Good move to go for the knockoff. Makes the most sense from the Gligar here, as it is actually going to clip the Cresselia. So Toro's having the right idea, but again, losing that item is not that great for him. Can be easily stalled out with Toxic now. No matter how bulky this thing wants to be, status is status, and that will hurt. Knockoff is going to come through again, trying to go for the switch is the best thing it can even do, but we do see a Calm Mind come through. So if Sky Snack doesn't reveal a Toxic, this thing is set up and ready to at least deliver one shot, as the Weavile will come in. This could be carrying the solo... Oh, he didn't go for the attack. If he was carrying Moonblast, that was the time to do it, because otherwise this Weavile will basically wall anything it wants to do. Both Ice Beam and other things are his thing, but he actually takes the hit, doesn't die, and he goes for the Moonlight instead. He doesn't attack, and this is what we've seen in the past, where he just... he obviously doesn't have the move to hit it with, but now Ox can clearly spam the knockoff. Gets the leftovers off the Sylveon, which comes in. And the unfortunate thing for the Tauros is if he was carrying Moonblast, that would have been the perfect bait to get it, because it actually wasn't enough damage to die to that knockoff, especially when it already had its item killed. But that's good information to know in the future, as the Diancie is going to come in. The Hyper Voice is going to do a decent amount, because it is turned into Fairy type via the Pixelate ability. But because it's bulky, it does get a free switch in to become Mega Diancie, because Mega Diancie gets to abuse that defensive stat once it evolves. Not as bulky, but gets all of its offense stats, but misses the Diamond Storm as the Calm Mind actually comes through the Tauros. Are you Amma Gamma Tauros? Stop being so greedy! As he's now going to eat a Diamond Storm, not that much, as a second Okay, now you're Amma Gamma for sure. But now he is going to be taken out from another Diamond Storm. Oxum not getting the defense raise, believe it or not, but is going to be able to take out the Sylveon. That would have died to a +1. Hyper Voice, hands down, as the Mega Aggron is going to come in now. Battle of the Megas. I think Aggron wins this one. Earth Power will not be able to kill this thing out. I know damage calcs. I'm about to eat my own words. Watch, it's going to be max attack, max speed Aggron, and I'm going to eat my own words right now. Heavy Slam will definitely kill this Diancie. Earth Power is going to come through. Oh my god, it's not that bulky. Okay, well, it is going to be taken out. That's surprising. As the Flareon is going to come in now. It's also going to get probably taken out, unless it's max HP. I'm pretty sure an Earth Power will bring this thing close to death, if not death. But the Earth Power just makes the most sense. Actually, Diamond Storm being used, maybe predicting the switch to the, what's it called? Switch to the Staraptor, try and get a little bit of bait and switch there, which doesn't actually lose Ox much, because she hasn't lost anything. She still has Weavile to go for Ice Shard against that Staraptor, as the Diamond Storm is going to be a one-shot on this. Doesn't get the extra defense bonuses. Not that it only matter against anything except the Staraptor or the Crawdon, but even then, Crawdon's the only thing left that could do it. Moonblast is a one-shot. Aqua Jet does come through, though. Ooh, does break through the +2 defense, so good for Tauros to know for the future, even after a setup from the Diamond Storm. It will be a takeout, so that's good for him. Makes me question whether that's banded. I don't know if that had to be banded damage to make that possible. That looks like slightly banded damage. It is going to be taken out by the this Pokemon's Thunderbolt. As it is going to be Cresselia and Staraptor versus the 5 Pokemon on the side of the stock-powered Sky Sharks. And the worst part about this is, this offense is just working, but there were so many opportunities for the Tauros to just claim kills. The Weavile got away with it, the Mega Diancie got away with it. We do see Ice Beam on the side of this Cresselia, but we do have to assume that with that 4th move not being Moonblast spammed out, especially when knowing that Weavile was going to be the thing to check for that move. It is going to be taken out now, and we have to assume it's a Psychic move on the end of that. We do see Staraptor coming in. Ice Shard's going to be used. Even with the -1, it doesn't matter. Staraptor cannot handle the rest of Oxum's team. As now, maybe, as I was actually going to say, maybe there's a double priority Fake Out plus Ice Shard on that side. But it is going to be Quick Attack used. It looks like it was a choice band. Can confirm it was a Yachi Berry. Just kidding. As he ends up showing the priority. Don't know if I want to show the priority at this point. But this looks like Rage Quick Attacks. As he's just going to keep spamming it out. Make it the inevitable. He knows that he's gone down. He's going to have to reset himself in game number 2. He does not want to put his fate up. Or he doesn't want to put the risk up here to just being the other players, bumping him down the rankings. But it is going to be game number 1, going over to the suck-powered Sky Sharks. GG. And you can't really expect much else when Oxum gets free uses of those offensive Pokemon. But nonetheless, like I said, if World Leader is watching this match, or if he does come watch this match and he goes to play his out, if he starts taking points, this could be quarterfinals number 1. And then that's going to be pretty much it for him. So, I don't know what's going to be going on here. But Ox looking very positioned to take 3 points tonight. And basically tie, but lose the head-to-head and take 3rd place. Now, what type of a thing can we expect from the side of the Okeechobee Tauros? Again, there were a couple things that could have changed a little bit there. I really do think that with a little bit of foresight, he should have expected that Weavile was going to be coming in to check its moveset. Moonblast would have just flat out destroyed it. Would have been okay to use against the rest of the other Pokemon. With that Metagross being hampered by the Mega Aggron, he had a decent position to go with the +1 attack. Same thing with the +1 Hyper Voice. I might need a damage calc on that, but I'm pretty sure a +1 Hyper Voice would have taken out Mega Diancie. Hands down. He did not have to set it up second. But this is the greed we've seen from Project. He is a bit of a greedy player. And I don't think he has a draft to necessarily be greedy. You know what I mean? I mean, okay, I take that back. Cresselia allows you to be greedy, but it also depends on your moveset. You got to look at the typing of your opponent. So, in my opinion, maybe go with the same stuff, but definitely read the fact that if Oxum has something along the lines of that many offensive Pokemon, maybe go for a Hariyama if you're carrying Bullet Punch. Maybe go for something along the lines of the P2. Try and be a little bit bulkier. Try and get some hazards set up if you have that on your Roserade. Try and get something going for you here that would challenge the offensive prowess of the Sky Sharks. But it wasn't shown, it wasn't revealed. So, can Project bring it back in game number 2? Or will the stock-powered Sky Sharks be walking away with a clean 3rd seed? Let's take a look at it. It's going to be Cresselia up against the Feraligatr, making its appearance this time. This thing has easy setups against a fair amount of Pokemon on the side of the Tauros, as the crunch is going to be enough. There is the Trick Room revealed. So it is Trick Room with solo attacking Ice Beam. Interesting, but it is going to be that setup. The crunch is going to come through, not do a hell of a lot. But now Crawdaunt is in its element. It's slow, and it's painful. This is Choice Band in the Trick Room. Ox has to seriously consider what is going to be taking a move and really know what's going to be happening. The best thing that she could probably do is maybe just sack off something or let something take a hit, see what move he locks himself into, and then go to a Pokemon that can resist it or threaten a kill, or just waste Trick Rooms as much as she can. But at this point, this is Crawdaunt staring down Fralamilo, and Crunch is maybe not a kill. Knockoff is, though. Oh, baby, that's gone. Right, what am I saying, Crunch? Knockoff is Gen 7. Noob, you're talking Gen 5 Crawdaunt strats. Anyways, he takes out the Feraligatr. Well played by Tauros. This is what I wanted. What a way to end my regular season by watching Trick Room destroy Oxum. But anyways, so he is going to get the kill with the Crawdaunt. Knockoff is the choice move here. So now, let's see what Ox switches into. It's going to be a Pokemon that can either live a knockoff because there's going to be damage costs going through. Diancie seems to be make the most sense. I don't know, because it can't knock off the item, it won't get the extra damage bonus, and if it resists, he might be able to barely live with Mega Diancie, or maybe live with Diancie, just like keep Diancie normal and go from that. This could reveal Z-Crystal Metagross. We've seen it multiple times from Stock Power Sky Sharks before. Unless this thing was like prepared for Trick Room, is nonetheless, it is just taken out straight. It is Choice Band. Whoa. Did not expect the Choice Band on that Metagross, but it's gone, and that's a lot of Pokemon being sacked here. This might just be a sack war here, as Tauros is trying to take it. I do expect maybe if it could take a hit, stay normal Diancie, and then, you know, take it a lot better than maybe go for Moonblast and kill from here. That could be a thing. We've seen it before, where it's not a lot of power, but Groudon's not that bulky, so since it's very frail, you could probably kill from this form. If not, we gotta see, since you can't knock off the Mega Stone, can it live? He's actually gonna make the switch in the end, though. A Stealth Rock is just set up. Interesting choice not to spam it out, but definitely a good prediction to know that he is afraid of it. Even though he was in... Even though he knows he was in Trick Room, doesn't go for the damage, because, I mean, the damage on that would mean Sylveon could take a hit and just go for Hyper Voice from stock and take it out. He had an opportunity there. I mean, he is up 6-4, but I feel like he could have been up 6-3 just with weakening it that much. Nonetheless, Skystack feeling safe here. Earthquake is not going to do a lot of damage, so Mega Aggron's actually not feeling threatened. Apparently, I am incorrect, though, as Cresselia is going to be sent in, be knocked off, be outsped, and be destroyed. Heavily favoring that Aggron from not being hit. I wonder if... I wonder if he's trying to get a setup going. Either way, though, this thing's coming in. I don't know if you want to take an Earthquake. I think you just risk it, take Earthquake here, and do as much damage as possible, bring it in range to die to a Weavile Ice Shard. Or maybe even kill. Aqua Jet is not going to do enough. As Earthquake comes through, yeah, that's going to do it. Even one more hit here. Aqua Jet will kill off this Gligar. I thought that'd actually do a little bit more. I was also mistaken, so that makes me question even more what the hell's going on with this. But... she can't take another Aqua Jet. That's not in range unless she is carrying something like Fake Out Ice Shard. It's not in range to die just to Weavile straight up, which would have to mean something like Thunderous Tea would come in. Because you need something that can take the Aqua Jet without being annihilated. And I could guarantee you, I'm sure the Tauros wouldn't feel too bad here, even staying in on Mega Diancie and just going for Aqua Jet. And the fact that he did switch, now I understand he wants to go for this thing. But Thunderous Tea makes the most sense. He will want to keep the Tauros, he will want to keep the Crown at this point to have the priority to try and finish off the game in the end here. Even setting up a Trick Room, which I don't think he can actually do anymore, it would still guarantee that if that, if it stays in a range where it doesn't die to Ice Shard, then Aqua Jet will still be fine, or just one-shot the Weavile, because we know it's a life orb. But nonetheless, Sylveon comes in, fairly bulky, keeps its leftovers this time, and it's going to go for Wish instead of the Hyper Voice. So playing a little bit more defensive, wants more healing here. I'm curious to see who he's going to pass his Wish onto, or if he just keeps it out. He's going to bring the Crawdaunt in, though. What? Why? It doesn't matter. The Crawdaunt is managed. What? Okay, well, nonetheless, let's see if Mega Aggron needed more than 64% health to live in Earth Power and one-shot this thing with an Iron Head. Doesn't want to take that risk. That's unfortunate, as Iron Head's going to come through onto the Thunderous Tea. That's actually a lot of damage to Thunderous Tea for a resisted hit, but as a Mega Aggron, I do expect that kind of damage. Focus Blast will be the move. Sylveon should just come back in, even if it's not the healthiest Pokemon right now. It's got to be a thing to come in, because I really do think this Mega Aggron needs to be preserved a lot more than what Tauros preserved his Crawdaunt with. But we'll have to see. I mean, at this point, with getting this much damage, a cleanup from Crawdaunt would have been phenomenal, especially if Weavile could not kill, but I don't think Weavile... I think Weavile would just barely miss the kill, but you know what? I've been wrong with damage calcs many times before. This will be basically the end for the Sylveon, but nonetheless, this is the Pokemon to basically sack off. He's going to go for the Protect anyways, try and get a little bit more HP back, but it's not going to be enough. It's just wasting power points at this point, and turns, as he is going to be taken down. The worst thing about this is sometimes you want your Pokemon to die just in, like, go for a move that will do something, because if you go for Protect and your opponent makes a switch, they can actually get something done extra because you went for the Protect, and nothing was extra was put down on the field, so. Ends up going for the Protect here as the Mega Diancie is going to come in. Quick Attack will not be doing anything to this Mega Diancie. It is just going to be one-shot by the Diamond Storm. Doesn't get the defense procs, though, so this could matter somewhere in the grand scheme of things. Staraptor is going to come in, gets the attack drop. It's actually still slower than the Mega Diancie. Quick Attack's going to come through. It's not doing anything, but the Diamond Storm does miss, so woohoo? I don't think it matters at this point because there's just too many Pokemon that Mega Aggron has to try and tank up, and he still has to take an Earth Power from the Mega Diancie. There was I don't know, man. I'm conflicted, but it doesn't matter because Ox isn't. She knows where she's going. She's going to the Pro Pokeball playoffs. What in God's name just happened? In first place? In third place. Mega Aggron's brought into a position where he's basically going to be taken down. Ladies and gentlemen, Z Crystal all out pummeling is exactly what happened in this series. GG. Ox takes 2-0 and third place. And it is going to be truly left up to the fate of the Sarasota Suicunes versus the Stockton Thunderers for the placement of Project. But for now, we take a look at it, we look at the scores, and we say Ox is going to be grabbing the third seed. Loses in the head-to-head against W. Wellington, so even if he went 0-2 tonight, it does not matter. But for the Tauros, 3-3-3. Nice even nice even scoreline for his season. Still doing very well. I mean, the man wouldn't be in the playoffs if he didn't do considerably well to get himself up to 12 points. So, nonetheless, a good play by him. Except I don't know what to say about that particular series. That one felt very weird to me. Kind of a bit off. Maybe a bit of an off night for Project, but for sure, I do think there were a couple of misplays, and considering where he could be sitting at the end of tonight, he could be in 6th place, and that's his quarterfinals match to try and get himself to the finals. That's particularly terrifying if you think about it. So, a bit scary. But nonetheless, still no world leader yet. That's okay. I think we're at the point now where we are actually missing enough people where we can't actually go on with battles. So give me another break, guys. When we come back, we will have an interview with the coach of the Sarasota Suicunes, Mr. Gamer 590 something 8. Oh, not version 2 anymore. Unfortunate. But nonetheless, plays were made. Perhaps mistakes were made. Or maybe he just didn't care and he wanted to end up in 6th place, so he wants to take on Oxman 3-0 in the quarterfinals. Who knows? Nonetheless, though, we will be back with series number 3, but an interview in just a moment. You are watching the Pro Pokeball playoffs. Not playoffs. Wow. You know, I've been practicing for weeks in the future, so you've actually just been watching week 9, but we can call it the playoffs if you wanted to. Don't. We'll see you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ProPokeBowl Season 4, Week number 9. Because people are mysteriously missing, we are going to get into an interview with the coach of the Sarasota Sweetcoons, Mr. Gamer, who happens to be a gamer. How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing well.
We could do a whole 15-minute interview of just how's it going.
Yeah, we actually good. How's it going?
Exactly. You just keep doing that.
Alright.
Either way, though, you're in the playoffs. Congratulations, man. It was all thanks to Doodle getting hacks to death.
Because one of the things I was going to be like, alright, if I don't make the playoffs, something's not going to go right, and I'm going to get bodied by sand. I'm just going to get sand swept. It's going to be Legend of Zelda all over again.
So, this match has, I mean, the points implications, I keep getting freaking lost in the numbers, even though I spent days. You can ask Zeno, I spent days staring at these numbers, trying to figure out all the combinations, and apparently I still messed it up and I drew out a flowchart, so I have no idea what I did wrong. But basically, the situation is if you won one, you are perfectly fine, no matter what. Even if you get 0-2'd, you have the head-to-head against the Alaskan Araquanids. The question is, who do you want in the end, Project or Oxum?
So you're asking me, who do I want in the end? Someone who has scarred my entire team or someone who has coached my entire team? I have to go with my friend, Project, no matter what. He deserves to win.
Project deserves to win, or?
Like, he's incredible. Like, if you look at his team and how he's built it over the season, you have the Trick Room, which, as we just saw in the last game, did not really do as well against Oxum. And, you know, there's the whole Mega Dialysis thing, and the Thundurus, which Thundurus, as we saw, and we have seen over the season, Thundurus is an incredibly powerful Mon that, if not prepared for, will mess you up.
And I mean, yeah, keep going.
That's alright, no, I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, it definitely seemed like, Project has done very well for himself this particular season, and, I mean, it's his first season, I believe, in this as well, so it's really cool to see what his team was gonna do. I would argue there was not enough Trick Room. I think just putting one Pokemon with Trick Room is just not enough. It would have really crapped on Oxum if he didn't have, like, if he had Pokemon that were more catered to that actual strategy. But that's one weakness we've seen from this team. Not necessarily a bad thing, it's a learning experience for sure. But for your particular situation, I'd agree. I think you want to grab Project over Oxum here. I think your team actually matches up a little bit better against what he tries to bring. And I believe when you guys played, you won, right? Or did you win?
I was a tie on him. The final battle came down to an 8 HP Salamence using Fly,
right,
and a Scarfed Energy Ball, if it didn't work, hitting Diggersby.
Radio, yeah, that was a 1-1. So, I mean, in terms of a best of 5, it would work out more in your favor to be, like, you know, fighting this team that has seen ups and downs. Similar to yours, though. So...
Yeah, when I'm going up, if I do, like, as we did see against, the QB Destroyers, there was Trick Room, which definitely I was not preparing for. And that messed up my team, because my team is quick. It's like you said earlier with Hawlucha, I need someone to back up Hawlucha on just kind of the damage. Because Hawlucha's down, I don't have many who can, like, revamp hits. I have Suicune who just rests in battle. You have Salamence who's just, like, here every other week, trying to just knock some people down. You have Reggie, who's just become one of the MVPs of my team.
Yep.
Because we've had Thunderwave coming in clutch, Ironhead being brought almost every week over Seismic Toss besides 1 week. Ironhead, I mean.
Now, okay. We need this clarified, and just expect to be absolutely made fun of by chat, because Registeel is a Pokemon who has worked with the same 4 to 5 moves for the past 4 generations. We need to know why no Seismic Toss. Keeping in mind that you are basically saying that one of the best attacks put on a defensive Pokemon gifted from Gen 1 is being ignored in exchange for a base 75 powered Ironhead / Earthquake / whatever the hell you've run on that before. We need to know why. Unless this has...
I'm not saying I'm not bringing Seismic Toss for the playoffs here.
Because I understand.
I've picked Ironhead over Seismic Toss because if you look at it, if you look at Ironhead,
I'm looking at it.
It's base 75. All right. You have the flinch chance that can help in. You have the add stab, and you have how I am normally running Registeel, which, if you look, almost every week is an adamant nature. Besides this week, which if Ward Leader's listening to this right now and he's actually in chat, I'm actually running. He's not? Alright, good. Yeah, I'm running Adamant.
Answered me yet.
Alright, I'm running Adamant. I mean, I need to run something physical against him. But you have Adamant, you have Stab, you have a base 75, which then goes up to about a base 90. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
No. Ironhead's base 80, which goes up to 120. You have a 75 attack stat. Excuse me, on Registeel, I meant.
I mean, also, you have a stab move that does. You have a stab, powerful. You have a stab move with Adamant. You have low attack, but it still helps out in the end of it all. And if worst comes to worst, I can just Thunder. I can just T-Wave, and just hope Parahax comes in and just starts spamming Ironheads.
And I mean, it's a perfectly viable strat to bring the Ironhead with it, because most times you'll see, if you're looking at something like a Registeel, you'll see either Thunder Wave or Toxic, Stealth Rock, Seismic Toss, and then you've got Protect. You have Ironhead once in a while if you need that stab against a Fairy-typing Pokemon, or you're just, again, looking for that type of hacks. It's not, like, Jirachi clean, but it is possible to do it.
It's not no Jirachi, no Togekiss clean, but,
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it's pretty much become a core member. If we have the Hawlucha Reggie Suicune core, which has been brought so often that it kind of does not feel right to build without it almost, or have it on the bench ready. And Registeel has been on the team since week 1, so you have that kind of like, almost like the sense in your head that, all right, this thing's been with me for so long, this thing has helped so much that you need to make sure this thing becomes almost your ace. I'm not saying that next season I'm going to be like the Sarasota Registeels or something, or I'm going to be like some Rotom Registeel or something. I'm not going to change my name. But Registeel has become such a core member of my team. It's helped out so much that I can't not run it how I've been running it this whole season.
And I mean, I completely understand that. Why fix what ain't broke, right? To be honest,
I was about to bring that up back from week 1.
Yeah, and honestly, again, it's up to personal preference. And I think one thing that a lot of people can get lost to in the Pro Pokeball is there are situations where, yes, there are just kind of absolutes. Like in my opinion, a Seismic Toss is almost an absolute. Ironhead can be run with it based on the state of the meta or the state of the teams and stuff like that. But, I mean, it also comes down to the player. If you don't want to run Seismic Toss, we can't force you, right? The best that we can just say is be like, yeah, Seismic Toss does more, but it's up to you to run Ironhead. Then you get that one game where you win with Ironhead, you're just like, yeah, memes forever, I gotta keep that going. And you just continue on with that sort of trend. And, I mean, we're definitely, with you being in the playoffs, we're not saying that this one decision with your Registeel. You have a 50% win rate with the Registeel, but overall in the season, if we take a look, you have a total of 5 matches won and 3 lost. No, sorry, so it'd be 5 matches won. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Let me do the actual math here. Where are you? Currently, you're sitting at 3 wins, 2 ties, and 3 losses. So you've lost 6, and you've won 8. So you're over a 50% win rate, right? And that Registeel stays consistent with what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that's one of the things that I'm worrying about. It's like, all right, maybe if I do run, thank you for the congrats. If I do run Seismic Toss, I could kind of mess up the flow. That's kind of just been like the core part of my team. Like, as you said, the memes that I've kind of been running. We had I think we had a while back, week 1. We had, even when I was looking back, Thunderbolt on Registeel was kind of like a meme. Oh, Mitch is online. All right then. It's usually your opponent's here. And also, but still.
He's actually here. I like how people talk on... People think that I'm actually watching my Discord when I'm doing the tournament.
Yeah, we kind of all do, especially me.
Well, but you guys are not running an entire thing right now. So it makes it easy for you.
Yeah. We're entertaining you.
Oh, yeah, totally. Much. Yeah, you guys entertain me. There we go.
Oh, yeah, by the way, I gotta give a message to someone. Hey, G40, if you're looking for your Kit Kats, I totally don't have them right next to me. Hold on. So I don't have them right next to me. Alright.
Either way, though, so you are going into the playoffs. Hopefully, you'll have to basically. Oh my goodness, who's?
Do you know who my first round is yet, so I can start building possibly?
Well, right now, from the looks of it, we're gonna have to watch to see how your battle goes, because it will have some giant implications with who gets pushed where. Most likely, though, it is looking like if you are sitting in 5th right now, World Leader does push you down, you are going to the 6th seed, which means you'd be building for Oxum. However, if you beat him, you're sitting... No. Actually, believe it or not, you're right. Yeah, you have to... If you 2-0 World Leader tonight, you are going up against Project, so you're going to have to wait until your thing goes.
Oh, no.
And we'll have to go from there.
I like how the entire playoffs are like people that have either 2-0'd me or just Project and I 1-1'd them.
Well, one thing that we're going to talk about tonight, for those of people who haven't watched the playoffs before, Series of 2 don't mean best of 5s, right? Series of 2 and best of 5s play out way differently, especially when you can't make changes between quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. You're stuck with one team. So I'm
stuck with like whatever sets I'm running.
Whatever sets you enter, whatever sets you enter the quarterfinals or semifinals with, you keep for the entire duration of the playoffs. So in certain situations, we've seen certain teams like Ivan Season 2, right? Yeah, there's a bit of hacks, blah, blah, blah. We can go into all the semantics there. But certain teams suddenly look really, really strong when you can't just prepare for one person at a time. That's when standard play, very small tweaks here and there start to happen. You go in, and it really does come down to playing it out, right? So a team that may not have looked good, or a draft that may not have looked good, or looked amazing, can look even better or worse depending on how a best of 5 plays out. Because you only have so many tricks you can bring against one person. But then the more battles you do, the more battles people are watching, which means they gain more information. So even if you can't change anything, you know exactly what to expect. So you just basically have to build to make sure you're not going to get shafted by one moveset you should have predicted before entering the playoffs.
Yeah, hopefully that Thunderous doesn't mess me over again.
Well,
Thunderous rebound from that was a fun week. That was a fun week.
But either way, we'll have to get to that point. Thank you very much, Gamer. Right. Hopefully your opponent shows up soon, because this actually does matter. This battle actually does not matter, and I don't want to leave it up to just a 2-0 to you. Well, I mean, that's the way it would go, but it's kind of crappy to leave it up to that. But nonetheless...
2-0 on my end. You really have high expectations for me, man.
Well, I mean, if World Leader doesn't show up, you get the 2-0.
Yeah, I know.
So it's kind of a crappy way to go.
I'm hoping no World Leader. I don't want to,
There you
go. No saying for me tonight.
Either way, thank you very much, Gamer. Good luck tonight, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much. Suicune always comes through.
I sure as hell hope so for his sake. Either way, guys, we are going to be getting into match number 3, which is actually going to be the Pichu Warriors up against the Lanakila Conquerors. He is just in the middle of building his team, but we can take a look at this really quickly when we're coming on to the third series of the night. There we go. Really sucks not having hotkeys. It's pissing me off. I mean... It's really tough to say. If we want to talk about the history of the Lanakila Conquerors in this tournament, actually done quite well for himself. 6 points, sitting at 1-4-3. Has shown some brilliance in movesets and just taking over games. His one full win was against World Leader, right? And that was because it was just really difficult for the Mamoswine to be managed. World Leader showing an enormous weakness to common moveset, or just to common moves that are very good offensively. These types of things happen. And tonight, I mean... You're going to be looking at, you're going to be looking at Mega Sharpedo, what that thing is going to be carrying. But the other question is, does he even have Pokemon that can really break through the defensive stack that Michi has? It's really difficult to even identify. It's going to be a mix of Pokemon, but you can also expect that other Pokemon are going to be used to stop those Pokemon. So you bring Mamoswine, you're going to have Sharpedo in your face. You want to bring something out like Pidgeot, you're going to have like HP Frighting, or HP Ground, you can't handle the Heatran. You want to bring something out like Nihilego, and we've seen Scarf Pokemon come out before, and Scarf Nihilego can do stuff, but, you have the Slow King to manage. There's just so many Pokemon that can do well, but knowing Pichu Warriors can also build well against it, so... I don't expect... I want a miracle. I want at least one match taken off to make it interesting. But I don't really expect this to be frank, I don't really expect this to be a hard match for Michi, even if he is coming in tonight late and not having his team ready. But it's not hopeless. We have seen Icy with Brilliance before. He does have the Sticky Web, of course, which can help significantly slow down what he wants to get done. Whether or not it can be argued that he has enough Pokemon to abuse it is left up to the mind's eye, because he already has a lot of fast Pokemon. He doesn't really need the Sticky Web to be successful, and he's shown that in the past with his 5 wins. Five match wins in total, but, you know. If we talk about the Pichu Warriors, looking forward to this guy in the playoffs, going in as first or second seed if Ivan doesn't show up officially first seed. Going up between the winner between potentially Gamer and Project, but that won't be confirmed until Gamer and World Leader play tonight. But he's built himself a really solid team. The 2 trades that he's made have shown fairly good results for him. I think definitely getting rid of the Swellow and the Mienshao has helped him significantly for having more defensive options, because his offense is just so fantastic. Between the Tyrantrum and the Sharpedo, getting a little bit of action there with the Beedrill last week, there's just so many problems for people's teams, even Deblade bringing out a lot of that offensive pressure, and then having the defensive core. Like, there's not one Pokemon that I can look on Mitchie's team and go, this Pokemon does nothing for him, right? Everything has synergy, everything gets something done for him. He probably, if anything, that Fairy type was the thing he needed to help out with the fact that maybe he's a little Psychic weak. He doesn't have to rely on Slowking or Sharpedo. But again, he still has stuff like Slowking and Sharpedo. He now has the floors to help him out with the with just taking those extra types out. I don't know why I said Fairy for Psychic, but either way, his team is just too good. He's got way too strong of a team. He's put it to great effectiveness, showed by the, statistics here, but really, just putting up a really good fight and showing great prowess in this season. Hope to see Mitchie doing well in the playoffs, depending on who he's going to be going up against. He is going to be in the semifinals, which means he gets to watch. He gets to watch the people battle in the quarterfinals, and that is the main advantage that you do get. You can't change up your movesets, but you just get so much of that prior information going into it. It is actually a fairly significant advantage to be able to watch what's going on both sides, and just taking a look at your stuff and going, well, even if I can't handle this, I know what to expect. This is what I'm going to try and do. Because in the end, once you put in the movesets, if you overlook something, that's why getting in the semifinals, as I was trying to explain with Gamer in the call, getting in the semifinals doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win because you get to build afterwards. No, it means, generally speaking, you should be good at reading what you need to build, and the most that it does for you is just gives you a week off, gives you an idea of officially solidifying what you think your opponent's bringing. Doesn't mean you can't be kicked out. We've seen it before. We'll maybe see it again. Nightbot's going to be confused for quite some time. But once we get that paste, or Poke Paste from Mitchie, we will get into the third series of the night. Let me just get this fixed here. I want to thank everyone for their patience. Sorry about this. It's just one of those nights again where everybody is kind of a little bit off schedule and things like that. But you know what? Real life comes first. These types of things happen in online tournaments. They're not making any money. They do this out of the goodness of fun and their hearts. So thank you very much for all the coaches that have participated this and future seasons, even those in the past. Definitely feels good that I can run a tournament that people are actually very interested in, and I'm glad we're able to create something this unique that people can have fun with. So, well, I didn't plan that out, Ox. So, and nor did anyone actually come to me and be like, you know what, noob? It's finals week. Maybe we should take a week off. Nobody says that stuff. You just say, oh, it's finals, and I assume you're going to have time management and use this opportunity to stress relief. Either way. Yeah, you said it. You didn't say you weren't free, though. So, either way. Looking forward to the third series of the night. I win. Nonetheless. If you are in the playoffs, please make sure you stay till the end of the night. I'm hoping it's not going to be too late tonight. But we do have something that you guys have to receive, and we are going to be explaining the process of the playoffs, just so everybody's on the same page. It's not very complex, but you do need to give me some dates and times You will all be receiving that in your own private Microsoft or Google Docs Excel sheet, so please make sure you have access to it. If you don't have access to it, let me know. I will fill the form out for you, but you will have to tell me. All of this information has to be filled in by Friday. So you'll basically see, but what you're going to be getting is you're going to be getting a sheet that's going to be telling you a list of dates that we're going to be using for both the quarterfinals and the finals. You put yes or no to the day. If you think you might be able to make it today but you're not sure, put it as a no. You can change it until Friday. Once it's set to Friday, we look for the 2 days that is common with everybody. If there are no 2 days that is common with everybody, we keep listing off dates. Doesn't matter how long it takes for the playoffs. Once we get in there, we get in there. We just have to make sure that everybody can play. That's all. So there will be, I think, yeah, let me count. I'm giving you 9 dates. I'm giving you 9 dates. They are spread between Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursday nights. Because I am not free other times. So those are the best times. They'll all be at 8 p.m. Eastern time. But again, you'll be receiving these lists afterwards. Awkward pauses. I'm really hoping the other two show up. I know Ivan said he's going to be like another hour or so, which is understandable. He did tell me in advance, so I knew that coming into tonight, mostly. But the other thing that I'm hoping for is that at least this World Leader battle happens. Otherwise, we'll see what's going on. Because it just means 3 points, and it just means kind of like the fate of teams have been set. The worst part would be, can you imagine, like, what would be the 2 matches? I gotta take a look at this just to make sure I don't mess up who I'm saying. If Gamer gets the free points, does that kick Doodle out? Doodle would lose to a Semantic. And considering he's already down on the ground from the hacks he received from Darkness tonight, I don't think he wants to hear, by the way, you were kicked out not because World Leader beat Gamer fair and square. No, because World Leader never showed up, and all of a sudden you're being kicked out because of rules. You don't want to lose that way. You just don't. So... But it looks like we've got the teams ready. Looks like we're going to be getting into it. 3rd series of the night. Oh, baby. Here we go. Let's do it. It is the Pichu Warriors on the close side versus the Lanakeel Conquerors on the far side. Let's see if Mitchie can just further his lead. Might not even have to if Ivan doesn't show up on time. But nonetheless, let's take a look at the teams. I'm liking the team that Icy's brought out tonight. Lanakeel Conquerors bring in some good power. Definitely going to be putting used to that... Sticky Web. I think the Sticky Web actually does okay here. It will slow down. Like I said, it'll delay the speed boost set up there with the Sharpedo. Makes Mitchie have to work a little bit harder for it. The defensive side here, though, for the Lanakeel Conquerors, not much can take hits from that Tyrantrum. Nothing actually can take hits from that Tyrantrum. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't try to lead off with it. Unless something like Mienshao or Lycanroc tried to scare it off, we'd have to see. No, you didn't, Gamer. Not yet. You haven't gotten it yet. Doodle's not out yet. Not by a Semantic yet. I mean, he accepted the battle, so I'm assuming he is here. No problem, dude. Nonetheless, it gives us time to take a look at the teams. The Tyrantrum having a really good time. I think when I was looking at the teams, Tyrantrum's actually been showing so much pressure against other people's teams when they don't have something to take the hit with, because it just does so much damage. And really, the best thing you could probably hope for right here is to get that Sticky Web up before the Tyrantrum gets out, and then try and get that Mienshao to try and just high jump kick everything. Deblade's gonna have to be handled. Once Deblade, actually, you know what? Once Deblade and Slowking can kind of handle. Mew is a pain in the ass, but you have Galvantula kind of for that. So the Laniakea Conquerors do have some decent things to try and manage what Michi's brought, but, you know, Pichu Warriors just have the Sharpedo Tyrantrum and pretty much get free hits off here, especially with Speed Boost going through. If that Snorlax is softened up even just a little bit so he doesn't get Body Slam Parahaxed, he should be okay. Yeah, you can tag him in. You can use a sub. There we go. Alright, so it is going to be a sub for Laniakea Conquerors. This is going to be the Galvantula versus the Heatran lead. Wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see a Sticky Web dropped here, although I don't know if you want to risk getting hit with the Magma Storm and then instantly taken out. This thing could be quite useful in taking out both the Slowking and the Mew. But nonetheless, the Heater is facing the Bug. Volt Switch is going to come out, does next to nothing to the Heatran, but let's see what he's going to pivot into here. What would take on the Heatran? It probably would have to be the Lycanroc or the Snorlax, and this is the Snorlax making his way in. Magma Storm does come out. Best option for Michi, just to try and get a free kill in right away. But he's going to be able to trap the Snorlax. If the Snorlax is not carrying Earthquake, he should be okay with being able to get whatever else he wants done, but I don't think he wants to take that risk yet. This Heatran does block a couple of Pokemon for just having free hits. He's instead just going to go for the Toxic. Body Slam is going to come through, does get the crit and the Para. That's quite annoying for the side of the Pichu Warriors to manage, because that's the only status he can receive other than Sleep or Confusion. Can't be burned, can't be poisoned. Go figure what that typing is. But the Snorlax is trapped, which means that Pichu Warriors do have a free switch here if they want to make it. It is going to be into the Deblade. Earthquake was actually shown as another crit comes through. Ooh, that's painful. There's been a lot of hacks tonight, but you can't doodle. You're a coach. Sacred Sword is going to come through, bring Snorlax super, super low as the rest is actually shown. So, could be Rest Talk double attack, but nonetheless, he does get away with being able to heal up to full, getting that damage on Deblade. But, seeing how much damage it is, still 2 at KO, so if he doesn't roll it here, yeah, he has to switch. Pidgeot is going to have to come in as a Swords Dance is used. Pichu Warriors see the opportunity to know they could take one more hit and then one shot with the Sacred Sword. So, good play by Michi. The Pidgeot's going to try and threaten here with the Heat Wave, assuming it is a Mega Pidgeot. I really freaking hope so. And here it comes. It is going to be going for it. U-turn is used instead. So maybe not having Heat Wave, or knowing that he isn't able to kill with the Heat Wave. Doesn't want to take an Iron Head or a Sacred Sword to the face. It is +2. So he's going to have to pivot out into something to take the hit. Is he expecting the Iron Head? Because if he is expecting that, he's got nothing to take that safely. It might just have to be the Snorlax coming in here to die. Curious to see what he's going to try and switch here. So it is going to be the Galvantula coming in. Does take the Iron Head quite well. Will outspeed it. Well, Shadow Sneak is a thing, though. So Shadow Sneak does come through. He's not going to be able to get anything done with the Volt Switch or the Thunder. And I mean, Pichu Warriors knowing that, they're going to go for the Shadow Sneak most likely, expecting that this Galvantula is going to have to go for the attack, but instead we do see the switch to the Snorlax. No big deal, no loss for the side of the Pichu Warriors here. He has the +2, which means Sacred Sword is a one-shot, so it doesn't matter. Michi makes a safe play. He doesn't have to take any risks here. That he got basically what he wanted to get done now, which should have just happened 4 turns ago anyways. But nonetheless, the Mega Pidgeot is going to make its way in. Unless the U-turn is trying to make this type of play where he's trying to chip it down slowly to the point where it's going to take enough damage. He actually makes a switch to the Heatran, gets the Flash Fire boost here. Now he's probably going to be testing the Hidden Power. Most times I think you run HP Grass on Mega Pidgeot to hit those pesky rock types that you can't do with your other 2 attacks. Although most times when you see Mega Pidgeot, it'll be Hurricane, and then sometimes you'll also see, you don't have to run Protecting Orb because of Gen 7 mechanics with the changes to, what's it called? To how Mega Stones just instantly give you the speed stats. I know, Coma. So do we. We only have another hour. Para incoming indeed, man, but, let's see. I'm trying to think. Yeah, the other move that you would expect to see from the Mega Pidgeot, you'd see a Hidden Power, U-Turn, and then Heat Wave and Hurricane. That's what I was trying to say. So Hidden Power most likely went for the coverage, because HP Grass can still do a fair amount of damage, but the Mew is going to make its way in on the Drill Run from the Lycanroc. Now, Lycanroc, we never saw this used on the side of the Stock Power Sky Sharks. This is going to be the last time we see this Lycanroc making an appearance, as well as the first time. So let's see what is actually being used. There's Z-Crystal, Splintered Storm Shards. The actual hell is that? Doesn't matter. It did half, and now it's burned and useless. So Lycanroc, once again proving that it wish it could be better. I didn't actually know what that move was. I saw it was a Lycanium Z. I knew that information going into this. Didn't want to say anything, but good to know it's just a really powerful rock move that still didn't kill a Mew, because Mew is great. We could see it from my last Nuzlocke. Anyways, Mega Pidgeot is going to make his way in. Gonna go for the Hurricane. Ooh, actually over half as a Will-O-Wisp will come through. Mitchie, what he's basically trying to do is just try and get chip damage here and there. The more chip damage he gets, the more he can sweep Mega Sharpedo or even do Blade, depending on if he knows he can take hits. Even Slowking can take hits. Heatran can take hits and deliver them back. So the more damage spread around, the better for the Warriors. And the best part about all of this is he doesn't even have Stealth Rocks up yet. Once he gets Hazard set up with this, it's just going to be too much for the Lanakila Conquerors to actually take. So Megastorm will come through. Lycanroc is taken down. It's pretty useless when it is burned, so it makes the most sense for him to be wiped out here. As the Mamoswine will make its appearance, will threaten with Earthquake. I wonder if there will be a prediction for whatever Pokemon would come in. Most likely the Mew to threaten with the Will-O-Wisp, which again is nothing, no risk loss. He's actually going to switch to Blade to let it die. Maybe getting the Sharpedo set up here, knowing that he can sweep the rest of the team. Most likely the case. Fake Out will not be enough. Even a Scarfed, what's it called? Even a Scarfed Meta Mienshao wouldn't be able to do it after the Speed Boost. Actually, you'd have to get 2 Speed Boosts. So I wonder if he knows something like Liquidation Sharpedo can kill from here. Probably not, because Slowking does come in instead. Once maybe Mitchie gets this low enough, he might try and kill with normal Sharpedo, get a Speed Boost. And then get a double Speed Boost for Protect, and then be officially able to outspeed any type of thing like Choice Scarf, Mienshao, and the like. That's probably what he's going to try and look for here. At the same time, he doesn't have to take that risk because Galvantula has to come in, and guess what? A Water move is coming, and that Galvantula wouldn't have liked it either way. Mamoswine is going to be brought very low, but isn't enough to even die to a burn if a burn did happen. I'm sure the burn would have been great. Nonetheless, it falls a little bit short on the damage there. Would have been nice to hit the Galvantula with that on it if the Galvantula was to come in, but at this point, it's getting to the point where now Pokemon are just going to start taking hit on the side of the Lanakila Conquerors because they don't have much left. Slowking can switch out, can probably go to the Mew, and instead he stays in, gets taken out. He knows that the Life Orb will finish this off as well, though. I'm curious if he's going to try and scout that Mienshao before he goes Sharpedo. And it looks like Tyrantrum is going to make its way in, so if Tyrantrum is Scarfed and outspeeds the Mienshao, that confirms that he could do that exact thing that I was talking about with the Sharpedo. And he does outspeed, but Head Smash misses, and he gets kicked in the face, made extinct once more. Mew is going to have to come in. Can it take a knockoff? I don't think so. Oh, it does, just barely. If he gets the burn, it's going to be really good for him here. Don't miss it, he hits it. Secured. Now he can't, now necessarily Sharpedo may not die. It probably will still. But he is going to switch it out, get the Regenerator bonus from the U-turn. But there is the damage that is there, it's just not enough damage. Galvantula does outspeed. So basically what he's trying to do is, if the Sharpedo has to come out, he has to go for a U-turn. Or sorry, not U-turn, he has to go for Protect, but I don't think it actually matters. The Heatran is coming through here. I'm pretty sure the Heatran is going to try and get, threaten everybody with damage here. What's going to come in with this Volt Switch? This is going to be Mega Pidgeot. I don't know if you want to take that much damage. Owie. Taking this thing out would be even better for him. Mega Pidgeot not doing anything here, though. Hurricane, he's going to go for the Parafusion. Doesn't get it, but gets the Para. Unfortunate. Luckily, the burn is there, so... And, you know what? Magma Storm was there, too, so now it is the Mienshao. Gonna go for the high jump kick, but, Sharpedo can maybe get some finishers here, we're probably gonna see a U-turn or a switch to try and keep this thing at full HP, so that when it does come time for Sharpedo to try and sweep it through, I think he's gonna be okay there. He has been carrying Psychic Fangs quite a bit, so it comes down to this: can he win it? Can he finish it? He goes for the protect, gets the speed boost. He knows he was faster with Scarfed. Sorry, this is Life Orb Mienshao, and he is gonna take all that damage. I don't know if he remembered that mechanic about going for a high jump kick against something like this. And he's going to be able to sweep it from here. He doesn't have to miss Liquidation. Both Pokemon are in range to die to a 100% accurate move. Ends up going for Ice Fang. Actually takes the 5% risk. Maybe he's carrying triple bites. Which means Crunch may not have done it, but I think it would have. And ladies and gentlemen, Pichu Warriors showing up is outsped and is cheesed out of a win. Choice Scarf Galvantula? Ooh. What? What? Oh, he wants to get into game number 2. We're not even waiting. We're not even talking about this, but he's out... Wait a minute. Huh? Goes up to 1 for something. 454. Yeah, he outsped. Holy crap. Choice Scarf Galvantula. Not even cool. Oh, you're adamant too? Oh, okay. Ouch. Ouch. Damn. Well, even so, no, even if you were plus speed nature, let's see. 339 plus 1.5 times. But nonetheless, he's 346 to start, so if he's Scarfed, he outspeeds you. Because he had a speed boost. Yeah, you're 508. 346 times 1.5 is 519, so no matter what, he outspeeds you. I'm waiting for it, man. Let's go. I don't even care. Game number 2. Get into it. Don't care. The man is cheesed out of a game. He needs a redo with that one. Game number 2. Lanakila Conquer showing up. 1-0. If Ivan actually shows up tonight, he can actually take first place now. Because there's no 3 points going over to the Pichu Warriors. Not that it matters much, but it might matter to Ivan more than it matters to Mitchie. Mitchie's just looking to take first place in the entire season, let's be honest. Clawitzer making his appearance as the Sharpedo will lead. As we mentioned, there was not much that can take a Tyrantrum lead in general. But if Clawitzer can, Sharpedo's dead. Or, sorry, Tyrantrum's dead. I keep saying Sharpedo because Sharpedo is the team, basically. If you look at the offensive things that have killed everybody. Ivan has not shown up yet, but like I said, he's going to be another hour. That's as much time as Coma has, so. Either way, let's see what's going to be happening here. I'm assuming that a head smash might just fly through. Maybe he knows he can kill this thing off. It is Choice Scarf, so most likely not. Clawitzer generally carries max HP, so might just be able to barely take it and go for Ice Beam. Yep, oh yeah. Takes it. Aura Sphere actually coming through. Never mind. Aura Sphere is the better move because Mega Launcher, so is going to one-shot the Tyrantrum. As now... the Pega Pidgeot is going to come in. We do see the Doublade set up the Swords Dance here. Now, at this point, we can see the Heat Wave coming through. This does put pressure as well because he can't go for the priority Shadow Sneak against the Mega Pidgeot, so it doesn't have to worry about it. Also, is not really worried. He might even predicting the U-turn from the Mega Pidgeot, knowing that Heatran want to come in on the Heat Wave. This is where the mind games come in with better players here. It's going to start thinking of a turn or two ahead. Heat Wave is going to come out, though. Oh, double predictions coming in. The Iron Head is going to one-shot. He knows he can take the hit. Never mind. What am I saying? I guess Kid Conker's not knowing that damage calc, and he is going to be one-shot. That is my completely... I'm flustered. My apologies. He can take a hit and just one-shot back. Nonetheless, Blade is going to claim the life of the Mega Pidgeot. Now, what comes in to take this on? Probably the Snorlax? Doesn't matter. It's going to be one shot anyway, so we already know a +2 Sacred Sword will kill off the Snorlax. Gamer, you can't take it until after this series. And even then, if he's supposed to show up, we have to wait and see. Mienshao is going to come in, threatens with the knockoff, so Michi, knowing he's going to take a knockoff, he can probably just go for a +2 Shadow Sneak here, let this thing go. He's done enough with it already. I don't think he wants anything else to take it. Knowing High Jump Kick won't be used, but then Heatran will just get High Jump Kick, so his best option is probably just leave this thing in for the obvious knockoff that's going to be obvious. Could just go for the +2 Shadow Sneak. Just do as much damage as he possibly can to this. That's exactly what he's going to do. Makes the most sense. Sacks this thing off. It's done its job. Brings this thing down low, so after Life Orb, Regenerator's not going to bring this thing to a super healthy level, which doesn't really matter because we saw it be taken out anyways. So now, Mienshao is going to be coming through. What will Michi actually switch into? It probably has to be the Slowking or the Mew. I don't actually know. He could, you know what? He could even go Sharpedo. But we know, yeah, he does, actually. He's going to threaten with the Protect. He's going to force a hard switch here. Because otherwise he's going to get a +2 speed and then can start going to town a bit. Not too much because Snorlax is still fully healthy. And we don't know the official damage calcs against that Galvantula, but I'm assuming it's a one-shot, especially Adamant Nature, with Strong Jaw from the Mega Sharpedo. But you also don't waste that opportunity for a speed boost. Knowing that he can't really take the hits from the rest of his team here, this could mean... Oh, no! He takes the risk. Tries to maybe get it. He gets U-turned instead. He tried. I know what he was trying to do. Wanted to get the free hit off in that free speed boost. Doesn't see the hard switch happen from the Mienshao. And we're most likely just going to see a switch here into the Mamoswine, which can have the... Or no, you know what? It should be the Galvantula, because that way it can go for the Volt Switch, and then the Mienshao is going to be healed up. Can just keep going for that over and over and over again, potentially. He's still got healthy Pokemon to go in and out with. It is going to be the Galvantula coming in. Ripped away. This is happening, ladies and gentlemen. Lanakila Conquerors, a little bit too late, calling on his final sub here against the first seed. But hey, you know what? Ivan has a chance if he actually shows up. He can't win the head-to-head. He still has to win 2-0 against the Boston Beartix. He's going to go for the Thunder here, just try and get as much damage down as possible. Don't know if it's necessarily needed, per se, because we know that High Jump Kick will most likely kill even after a Volt Switch. Most likely, I'm hoping it's most likely. I'll have to see what Icy wants to do here. Oh, I know that, Icy. Let's see what Sharking wants to do here. Mamoswine's gonna come in. Yeah, Mamoswine's gonna come in. Can go for a free Earthquake. Doesn't have to take any risks. He threatened this thing out. I don't think Mitch is gonna try and overpredict this. He's gonna switch into the Slowking, try and just take it. I mean, at this point, since he can't gain any points, he can just even, like, he doesn't have to take the risk. Yeah, exactly. Like, even if he gets 0-2'd, Ivan has to 2-0 regardless, because a 1-1 basically means that he wins the head-to-head, he holds first place. Ivan has to 2-0. If he shows up, if he doesn't show up, then he can't win it anyways. So, he's going to go for the knockoff. Just goes as reckless as possible. Try and get this done as quickly as he can. Scald still not being enough to take out this Mamoswine. Knockoff's going to come through. It is Mew versus the world. But the thing that you thought would not happen tonight did happen tonight. I'm feeling great, Nick DeFal. Good to see you, man. Good to see everyone that I haven't talked to in chat much either. Thank you very much, all of you, for coming out to the ProPokeBowl. As you're witnessing a bit of a couple of upsets here, a little bit of on edge part for the likes of Doodle, but it is going to be the 2-0. The unexpected 2-0 going over to the Lanakila Conquerors, the statistic we thought we wouldn't have to show here. He gets the crit, he gets the kill, Mitchie gets to go home, and ladies and gentlemen, GG. What a way to leave the tournament. I don't even think I copied the first battle, did I? I don't think I did. Crap, I didn't. Ouch. I'll have to go fish that out. Which is not hard to do. But luckily for, hey, you know what? Like I said, for Mitchie, this doesn't matter. He's got first place locked in for now. If Ivan doesn't show up, who cares? He wins the head-to-head, so he has to 2-0 and show up, so. There you go. Let's take a look at the points at the end of the night. Lanakila Conquerors finishing their tournament with a solid 9 points for the 8th place position. Not too shabby for your first time, buddy. There you go. Expect to see greater things coming out of Lanakila Conquerors in the future. Feels good to beat down that type of thing, but hey, nonetheless. Either way, though, that's going to be an outcome we didn't expect. But hey, you know what? Honestly, we could say that the Choice Scarf Galvantula, that's cheese you get in a series of 2. Best of 5? Let's see how far I can get him in there, but we don't get to see it, unfortunately, as Lanakila Conquerors must bow out of the Pro Pokeball playoffs. So hey, you know what? That means that Mitchie doesn't have the counter in Choice Scarf Galvantula, obviously. That is the way that we want. Oh, was it? Let me see. If you got it, thank God, sir. Appreciate it. Yep, perfect. Thank you so much. I was actually going to go back into the archives and grab it myself. Thank you very much for sparing me that time, friend. Appreciate that. Alrighty, well, man, this is getting even more tense because now we are waiting on these 2 matches. These important matches here. Why is this happening again? Get over here. There we go. We're really just waiting on these 2 matches. So the way this is going to work, guys, because you're supposed to be, you know, good until later on in the evening. By the way, if you're in the playoffs, expect that your night's going to be about 3 to 4 hours long anyways, for the most part. Actually, maybe not as much, but we are waiting. So if World Leader will actually show up, unfortunately, what's it called? We can't just have, see, the problem here is what we've been basically doing in, we've basically been doing with substitutions is the substitutes have to be there and the coaches have to call it the substitutes. So I can't just give it to someone to cover for it anymore, because that means you're also not building the teams that they built, and you're supposed to be supplying your subs to build, which makes the 2-0s very easy for me to drop. So we still have time. We're still gonna give it. Why are we saying that? Alright, you too, Nyctophile. Have a good night, man. We'll see you next time. But, yeah. Can't do it unless World Leader calls you out on it, because we need it to happen that way. Otherwise, we're just being inconsistent, and, you know, if people are late, that's just part of the IRL section of an online tournament. So I'm going to take another break. When we come back, hopefully, we'll find one of these 2 teams that will be battling, and we'll go from there. You're watching the Pro Pokeball Season 4. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pro Pokeball Season 4 week number 9. We might as well get this out of the way while we're here. Let's give you a quick insight of what you guys are going to be looking at. So, these are the days that you're going to be looking at. Everyone from seed 1 through 6 is going to be receiving this sheet. This is your playoffs explanation, by the way. So if you are in the playoffs, make sure you are listening carefully. You will all be private messaged this Google Excel sheet. It'll have the different days on it. These are the days that I have currently set up. You will answer each and every question, every day, rather. So you're going to answer all of these yes or no. If it's a maybe, put no until you change it. You have until May 11th to basically let me know about these days. Again, if it's unsure, put no. That way, if nobody has an agreed upon day, we basically say we choose other days and we wait for later. The only times that I have are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays that I can run at night at 8 p.m. We will need 2 days in total, 1 day for the quarterfinals and then another day for the semifinals and finals. So obviously, for example, if we have the quarterfinals on the 21st, we will not have the semifinals and finals on the 24th. So, basically keep this in mind. You'll all be receiving this at the end because I'm doing it based on seeds. Mainly because the days that Ivan and Mitch aren't free don't matter as much as the days that everyone else is free. Because Ivan and Mitch don't have to show up to the quarterfinals. Hey, they get an extra day off. It's almost like a snow day for them. That's cool, man. So yeah, that's the type of stuff you could be expecting from there. We are currently waiting on the Boston Beartics versus W. Wellington and the Stockton Thunders versus Sarasota Suicunes. It is not the fault of 2 players here. It is just the real life stuff happening. In the meantime, who wants to do an interview? Might as well, what the hell. The tournament's already falling apart, guys. I might as well ruin it with one more person's voice. Who would like to crash with me and crash hard? The anticipation is killing me too. Hop into a channel and you will be invited to the interview. Man, that's like the most free interview ever, man. Usually when I go around and try and find interviews, people are just all like, no, you have to be on a list, and then you gotta make sure you have a certain popularity. No, we're just gonna let people come in. I mean, Doodle, if you've got a working thing going, you might as well get in here, too. I don't know. At this point, it's just not going well with where these players are. Hold on. Yeah.
Okay. Good. I didn't beat the stream. You not gonna bring Sharking in?
No.
What? But
I talked to the coach, not the co-coaches. I talked to the coach. Co-coaches don't matter.
wow, I see how it is.
Yeah.
Just let me know, Noob. Just let you know your play Sharking. I apologize.
What was that? What?
So, what's up?
Hi, how you doing,
This
Oxum?
week did not go like after last week. You can ask Sharking and Icy. I kind of like went nuts trying to figure out like who I wanted in which seed, like just based on like how the best bet for me quote unquote winning or going the furthest, which was Ivan Ivan's second place, so that way I'd be third place, and anyone but Doodle in 6th. Doodle be on the other side of the bracket. I thought he would win for sure, so he would fight Mitch, because I figured Doodle would win. And then hopefully take out Mitch, which would leave me to fight Ivan, and whoever win that to fight what I thought would be Doodle versus Mitch. Well, this did not turn out anything like that.
You did more analysis than I did in days, and I stared at the thing for days.
You want my sticky note, even though it's now completely incorrect because it took into account like.
Doesn't matter at this point. People aren't showing up. At this rate, Doodle is like world leader's gonna be shoved out if he doesn't show up. So.
I'm like, damn it! I wanted to go against Sand. It would have been so good. Would have been free. But yeah, no, that match with Icy and Mitch was intense. Just saying, we think that was. Did not expect that. You're interviewing me. You're supposed to be asking me questions. I'm trying to.
I mean, you started talking. I just like, hey, interviewers are supposed to let other people talk as much as they can.
I paused and I waited. What do you want to ask me, huh?
Hi, Ox.
Hi, dude.
Sounds good. Okay. So you're third place. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Unfortunate that you were not able to make it to week 1, but I mean, that was completely out of your control to even challenge for the 2nd seed. But 3rd seed's not too bad. At this rate, you looking like you're playing Doodle. Rematch of what ended up happening being a very exciting match, although a bit of hacks. A little bit involved between it.
I mean, both those matches were all hacks. Like, I'm sorry. They were both complete hacks.
You mean like what happened to Doodle again tonight?
Yes, Doodle was cursed. I kept saying in chat, Doodle was cursed. Like, Doodle got seriously hacked.
Yeah.
Like, because one of our matches, he missed a high jump kick, which, like, I don't think it took him out, but it weakened him so much I was able to take out his Pokemon that was a threat. His Hitmonlee or whatever it was. I don't even remember. Something that was fighting. Yeah. Like, that, I think, was the thing that, like, won that game for me. I think that's the right game I'm thinking of. I don't even remember. It was a week ago.
I have no idea. But nonetheless, so for people who haven't been in the Pro Pokeball, this is your 2nd Pro Pokeball. And this time we've seen a very good start from the very beginning of the Pro Pokeball here with your draft. And I want to specifically talk about how you got this team. Like, what do you have to say for yourself when it comes to a team like what you've produced for Season 4?
Okay, so first off, if you go back to Season 2 and you remember that team, for those of you who weren't there, is a team of glass cannons, apparently. Yeah. There are actually some similarities to this current team, in which I had Houndoom, I had Metagross, although it was Mega. I think that actually might be the only similarities. But basically for this one, because that one I went in just picking, I like this Pokemon, I like this Pokemon. This one was mostly the same thing. I like this Pokemon, I like this Pokemon. Like, it was, like, I knew more this time than last time. But a lot of things when it came down to it were there's some things like Gligar and Gligar, Hitmontop, and I think technically Donphan as well, were teched for like field crap, rocks and spikes and all that crap. Thundurus, as you all know, was part of a vendetta, but at the same time I remember, I want to say it was Thundurus last time in Season 2. Unless it was Tornadus. I don't know, one of the two. I can't tell them apart.
On Ivan's team?
It was just, it wrecked everyone. Like,
he had Tornadus Theory.
Tornadus, okay, yeah, because I made sure to ban that one. I think that was, no, I banned it in the things. I'm looking at this thing now. I just say I banned it. I banned it in the little rounds we did at the beginning.
You banned Zygarde, Dugtrio, Mimikyu, and Emboar.
Yeah, in our mock-ups I banned it.
Oh, in our mocks, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And because I couldn't remember which one it was. And it didn't help that World Leader also banned, you know, Swampert. I don't care, like, I know all this stuff. Oh, someone else would have taken it. You banned my favorite Pokemon. I'm taking your mascot. Like, you should have saw that coming. So, I'm glad I took that, and it'll probably be a future tech for future bowls. But, no, it's mostly, like, I picked out just things that I like. Things that I know are kind of heavy hitters. I think it's just, I just like being able to smash my face against the keyboard as fast as I can. I like being able to outspeed, which is why Trick Room almost messed me up real bad, as we saw.
Well, the funny thing here is, yeah, the Trick Room, I mean, we could keep going back to Project about what happened tonight, but really, it does just call to the type of strategy that we were looking, for from your team when you want to go hyper-aggressive. We can see that you have a much more successful run this time around, because the Pokemon that you've drafted not only are good at being aggressive, but they can also take a hit or two. So Glass Cannons generally refer to Pokemon like Archeops or Rampardos, or if you think about something like Infernape, these are really big Glass Cannons that don't really take hits. You're carrying stuff more along like Thundurus T, Metagross, I gotta look at your team again.
Don't
Things
worry,
like
I forget
Talonflame
Donphan
can go
every
either
week.
way, offensive or defensive, and these types of things. Now you've got your hands on Diancie, and it's just been that people have not been able to match the aggression or match the type coverage that you have with your team. So this time around, it feels a lot more secure with the fact that, you know, even Keldeo is another Pokemon I wouldn't consider necessarily a glass cannon. It just seems like the typings that are very prominent in this particular tournament have not been there to take you out, and your weaknesses, despite it being to water, you know, we have Doodle and Mitchie, and look where they both are. So clearly, you know, we have the best teams here carrying through with that. So it's most certainly showing that the top teams have generally chosen the best Pokemon to cover with this right now. So
Yeah, I mean, like, I noticed. Hey,
it's Ivan!
Dang it, Ivan, I was hoping you'd stay asleep. One can hope. So in that case, Sharking, you know what to do. You know what to prepare.
But yeah, the construction of your team this time is very akin to what you want to accomplish with being hyper aggressive. Literally ramming face, you've got the best Pokemon to do it from the draft. So
yeah, like this whole thing, like you can see, I'm looking at like the order that I drafted them in. I remember Metagross was a whole kerfuffle because you're really bad at labeling spreadsheets and mislabeled a spreadsheet, which made me and everyone else believe that Mega Metagross was a thing unless you just happen to have all of the tiers memorized, you know. Totally not bitter. But thankfully it worked out. I think what that messed me up for was it messed me up on picking my OU and then my UUNU, but Ludicolo was actually way better than I thought it was going to be initially going into it. Like, I'm surprised, like, Ludicolo's been kicking some butt.
well, I mean, if the water and dark and all this stuff has been doing really well, it works well against literally an entire team in the form of Doodle. But also just works out for it's a fairly good defensive Pokemon. Again, this is a Pokemon that can go both ways, and that type of bulk helps with becoming aggressive and having these ways to switch through. So that works out for you, really.
And we finally ticked our fairy type since we accidentally didn't get a fairy type. Oops. So, finally did a trade. It was more like at the end of it, was like, oh, I should really get something to replace this Lycanroc that I have yet to even use. Like, So.
Well, I mean, the only team that has not made a trade officially, who may be kicked out of the tournament tonight, is World Leader. So, he's the only guy who stuck true to his 12, believed in the friendship, power of friendship, and look where he is this time. That's why you don't do
I believe
it.
in the power of friendship. It's just that Lycanroc just never even made an appearance.
Well, Lycanroc didn't need to make an appearance with your type of team.
That was a panic pick as well.
So, you would rather not play Doodle in this, which is looking like a big reality right now.
Yeah. I ran all of my numbers under the, I had speculated, let me pull up my sticky notes real quick. I had speculated a few things based on performance throughout the bowl and what I knew from people already. I figured Ivan would win, Mitch would win, like just 2-0, and Doodle would win. Even though Doodle's been tying most of the season, I just figured Doodle would win. I figured that was kind of a given. So then I calculated based on if I win, lost, or tied, and if the Suicune and Thundurus win, lost, or tied, how we would stack up. And then Mitch lost. Ivan almost 0-2'd, but now he's here, so we'll see what happens. Doodle tied, and I'm like, what the hell just happened? So, yeah, at first I just wanted to make sure Doodle wasn't there, because I know you said, like, oh, my team can beat Doodle's. I don't see it. I mean, Doodle's been suffering from hacks, but that could swing back to his favor. Who knows?
I mean, really, the only thing that I can see here with what happened in that match was literally whether or not you were able to handle the rain and whether or not Doodle was able to set up with the rain. That's been the big indicator, and we don't know what he's gonna do because I believe Doodle has the capabilities to trade with the pool before the playoffs. So there is the chance for he could trade before the playoffs here. So he can't trade with any teams that are not in the tournament or in the playoffs anyways, but there is something that he could try and grab up from the pool that might be helping him get through the quarterfinals. We don't know that. And if I look at his team, based on usage, he's pretty much used almost every Pokemon minus Skarmory, which is kind of bizarre. And Lanoon has also not been getting him the most. I mean, it got him that success that 1 week, but in terms of most used Pokemon on his team, he might be looking for a switch. that would be specific to what he's looking for in his opponents in the quarterfinals. Knowing that in the semis and finals, his water team should carry him through the best he can.
Yeah, it's just like his water team worries me because apparently, despite the fact that at least when I play the games and my favorite Pokemon are water types, water somehow wound up being my weakness. Don't know how I managed this. Because normally I have too many water types on my teams. Just normally I draft too many. Like I think last time I had 2 water types on my team. I don't remember. I think I did have Swampert though.
Yeah,
last time.
You did.
Yeah, that's why I was upset it got banned. I don't remember what else I had last time besides Latios. But yeah, it's part of it is I just don't have anything besides Ludicolo and sort of Houndoom, which the problem with Houndoom is if I do the same strat I did last time, I'm stuck with Sunny Day Houndoom.
Yes.
Like which may not be a bad thing, but could be a bad thing. It depends on how these next matches go. If the seed shifts, since Mitch 0-2'd, if Ivan takes back first place and now I'm gonna be going against Mitch, where is that? Like it's a mess in my opinion. Like I don't know even what to think or feel at this point because I was like, surely it'll go down like just like this based on records. Nope.
Well, the funny thing here is, because this is a big reality that could happen, right? If Ivan actually 2-0s tonight against eventual Coma, not only would it most likely be with the current state of what's going on right now, not only would you be going up against Doodle, but then your semifinals is against Mitchie.
Which are the 2 people I was trying to avoid. I was trying to get them on the other side of the bracket so they could fight each other and I would fight the winner of them. That was assuming I made it to finals.
And funnily enough, on paper, Doodle's team actually outdoes the Pichu Warriors because of him being able to break.
I remember you mentioning that to me, so I was like trying to make that happen.
He even knows that. Even Mitchie is like, yeah, Mitch knows that he gets destroyed by Doodle's team if Doodle plays it out well. So, you know, now, and the worst part of all is you haven't even played Ivan's team yet, and theoretically, if you were to ever play Ivan in this tournament, it would be in the finals. So now, not only do you have, potentially, depending on what happens tonight, who knows, Boston Beartix may destroy him, but you have, right now, Gamer versus Project, winner of that goes on to Ivan. Ivan's done well against both of those, because the only person who's given his 0-2 is Mitchie. Mitchie could potentially be eliminated by you if you do go on to the finals, and then you're playing Ivan blind without ever having any knowledge at the best of 5, with you not even being able to build your team specifically to beat Ivan. So now, you're looking at like a super blind. You are in the worst position you could have been in terms of blind information, and literally taking the larger half of the gauntlet.
Especially if World Leader is if World Leader can just show up. Come on, World Leader, I added you in Discord, I believe in you, just check your damn phone, computer, whatever, and get in here. Like, sorry, Doodle. I need you to be taken out by World Leader, which then puts, But Ivan, if you want to go against me, or if you want the chance to go against me, then
and I'm sure Ivan would want to avoid that as well.
Too, and we'll go against each other, hopefully, if I beat Doodle.
But that'd be called sandbagging and he gets banned, so you can't do that.
I mean, don't do that. Wink, wink.
Funnily enough, I really do actually think his team might have a good chance of handling yours because he has enough defensive bulk to even stand a chance. The thing that really worries me is his team gets destroyed by Weavile. And when I was doing the analysis for the week 1, really I'm staring at the teams going, you just walk all over his defensive core, which most people couldn't break through. And that's because literally your face is bigger than his shield. So, and if he tries to go offensive back, his Pokemon are not able to take yours out. Like, I'm looking at Mega Manectric, and he actually has a 20% win rate with Mega Manectric right now. He has not been doing well with it. His biggest win is actually, I believe, with Starmie. And Starmie, Tangrowth, and Rhydon. So those defensive cores have gotten him through. Tangrowth and Rhydon doesn't like about 7 or 8 Pokemon on your team. And then he's got Mantine to tank it up, and that's not a problem for you either, because you have rock moves. So, you know, now what does it take for Ivan? Ivan really wants that. You might be afraid of Ivan out of lack of knowledge, but I would say Ivan's probably afraid of you, because not only does that mean that, one, he's going up against you in the semis, not even the finals, to stand a chance of grabbing second, which doesn't mean anything in my tournament, but it's like he doesn't even get to scout, or he'll only get to scout 1. Now he gets to scout 2 matches if he does make it through to try and gain more info, and that's where the strategy in the playoffs comes into play. How much can you actually hide, but still make it all the way up, if that even matters?
Well, Hang on, I just lost my train of thought. So, only words. You can vamp. I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think I tied Ivan last season I was in. Not in playoffs, in whatever match we did. I think it was one of the... I don't remember if I had the Wonder Twins helping me at that point, or if I just somehow... I think they might have been helping me at that point. I think I did tie Ivan in one of our matches. Of course, it's totally different teams now, but seeing as Ivan was reigning champ and may take back first place currently in the tournament, I feel like, whereas Mitch has kicked my ass a couple times now, I feel like I could tie Ivan, at least, or I could have tied in week 1, had I've, not had life happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's right, which I do have to ask. So, I know that if... Put my words together. If somehow Ivan 0-2s, Ivan and I are tied, while our quote-unquote head-to-head puts him winning, it's because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Does that affect the tiebreaker?
Of course.
Because we didn't actually match.
Yeah, you lose. You lose the head-to-head.
I just wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if there would be like a gray area because we didn't actually face off. If it would go to other stuff, which I think still he beats me?
Head-to-heads and then total wins, which you would be tied in. Your scores would be actually tied, so if you guys won, and then you had the equal number of wins, then you do a tiebreaker best of 3 for the spot.
Okay.
Yeah, pass it off to Acrolance if you need to, gamer. But yeah, no, so like, if that, again, it's all speculation, and it's kind of weird because of those couple of weeks, it's kind of interesting to me to see the progression of the playoffs it's going to be. Because really, we keep talking about this 2 and 3rd versus 6th, but we're not talking 1st versus 4th and 5th, because the Sarasota Suicunes and Okeechobee Tourists are not even confirmed yet. We don't even know if it's going to be Suicunes being pushed down to fighting you, or would it be, if World Leader, or now Acrolance, wins for World Leader, right, and he pushes Doodle out, right, then you're up against Gamer, and you know that you tilted Gamer in your match, so...
Which, no offense, Gamer, I think I could take you again, depending on, like, your team changed a little bit. Yeah, like, I think I could absolutely do it again. No offense.
That's not offense.
Because we both have...
speaking truth.
If I remember correctly, Gamer is the one who also has a similar strategy of just mash your face into the keyboard.
Yes.
So, it's just
except his was lacking more of the follow-through, whereas yours has the follow-through. So really, it's like a budget your team. Really.
Yeah. So, in that sense, in that matchup, that's why, like, I was like, I don't care who I go against, I just don't want to go against Mitch or Doodle right away. And I'm like,
and tonight, and in a single match right now, that might be happening, so...
And I almost wish... I wouldn't sandbag, but I almost wish I had gotten tied in that one match because it might have. I don't know if I think I had to lose for him to actually overtake me, right? For me to drop to 4th, I had to lose completely.
You had to lose completely, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
actually, if he's not covering for World Leader, so never mind. Yeah. So even if Acro's sitting here to cover for a Gamer, and World Leader does not show up, yeah, he's out and you're up against Doodle. So you have to hope that World Leader shows up.
Is World Leader's team turned in?
No.
Okay, crap.
I actually don't even have Mitch. I need to get Mitchie's team. I think I think he sent it to me. My bad.
Okay, well, yeah, this did not go how I expected nor wanted it to go, unfortunately.
But I mean, hey, that's what makes it more exciting for me, anyways.
Yeah, it makes it more exciting for you. I'm hoping I can beat Doodle. Just based on either he gets totally hacked again, or I don't even know.
Hey, it worked for Darkness tonight. I'm not even worried about it.
I have to ask, and I'm not doubting Darkness's skill and everything, but was someone else playing for Darkness? Like, not for him, but with him, maybe? Like, Darking?
I was
or coaching? I was curious, because he played really well that first match in particular.
He also had just a straight-up advantage against Duo. Plus, I mean, the amount of hacks that was happening with it.
Yes.
Honestly, once he lost the 2 Pokemon that were going to kill off the fairies, it was already an uphill struggle for the Araquanids. And then it just fell down from there. And, like, not having that Goodra kill, right? Once that Goodra is getting work done, it's basically over. So, it does not surprise me in the slightest that it actually happened. And, I mean, Darkness has won in matches like that before, so... Doesn't matter whether or not he has someone assisting him or not. His movesets do eventually work out with that type of thing, so.
Yeah, like I said, I played Darkness. I don't even remember our matches, though. I don't remember anything.
That's a good thing to say. It instills confidence into your team.
Semester. It's been a long semester. Guys, don't, like, I honestly wonder every time I do this, granted it's only the second time, but I wonder every time I do this how the hell I do so good each time. Granted, this time is obviously a certain co-coach is a lot of help, but even then, it's just, how am I doing so well? Because I know that my opponents aren't bad. Also, by the way, I was gonna draft a sand team, and then World Leader started it before me.
Yep.
Yep. I was going for Hip
You're going for Dagger Caesar 1 strats? Season 1?
Yeah, I think Dagger beat me at one point, and I remember like a handful of strats. Like I remembered Ivan's.
Yeah, but not Season 1 strats though. You didn't go like Tyranitar, Alakazam,
no.
Excadrill strats.
I wasn't around for Season 1. Season 2, I was blindly. Marie was like, "Yeah, do the ProPokeBowl with me," and then Marie dropped. I was like, "What the frick? What am I doing?" Absolutely how I joined. Marie talked me into it and then dropped. Or sort of dropped. I think she wound up subbing for Danman, or Danman subbed for her. I don't really remember. Yes, Koma did say that Sharking is subbing. Koma sent us the list, just so you know.
Alright. Well, in that case, we do have a battle going on then.
We do have a battle going on.
Alright.
Or about to go on. You can kick me out now.
Thank you, Ox. Good luck in the playoffs. You'll be getting your sheet soon. You know? Alright. Well, we are getting into the fourth match then of the night. Woo! So Acrolance will be covering for Gamer, if World Leader does actually end up showing up. If he does not show up by the end of this series, though, he will be forfeiting, which would actually mean that Doodle is happy. So let's get into it. This is going to be the fourth series of the night, which is going to be W. Wellington up against Boston Beartix. Funnily enough, it's going to be tough to tell now because Beartix have traded away a fair amount of decent Pokemon, right? They've grabbed a few things. I'm curious to see what Koma has left behind for Sharking to play because I do have the Pokepace, so obviously it's whatever Koma has built. But based on what I've seen, I mean, there are a couple of Pokemon that could cause problems. I do think Infernape could actually do a little bit of work, or even with that Thunder Punch or Stone Edge or something like that to try and handle the Mantine. It does instantly put pressure down with his dual stabs against the two popular defensive Pokemon that Ivan likes to abuse quite a bit, being the Tangrowth and the Rhydon. So, the real question is, with Ivan looking a bit shaken from last week, will he actually be able to bring that successful core that he's been doing with the Rhydon, with the Tangrowth, and then brings the Manectric, the Salazzle, all this other stuff, and gets more work done? Now, if you excuse me, I have to change my sheets again. No, I don't. We're good. You know, you don't want to play any of the older music, do you? Alright, when you two are ready, we'll be getting into it right away. Thank you very much, everyone, for your patience, by the way, tonight. It's been a very confusing night, and it's been a very long and tiring and confusing night. But I'm glad we're making it through it. The playoffs are soon. Like I said, all of those Google Doc sheets will be sent out to everybody. Please, please have it done by Friday. I'd really, really rather not have to kick someone out of the playoffs and bring the next most viable person in, because technically that is a thing I can do if somebody's not giving me the information. Not if you're not free. If you're not free, that's a completely different issue. But if you're not responding and taking responsibility for the team to give me the dates for the playoffs, you will be kicked out and replaced with the next person down. So, did you hear that? Did you hear that, Koma? You're allowed to be stay. You can still potentially make it in. Or World Leader if he doesn't make it out tonight. We'll see. Actually, not even. It's not even the Beartix. It would actually be Icy first. Interesting. Sorry about that, Doodle, as well. We're not going to get to that interview. We're just trying to get through these battles as quickly as possible. I apologize. I don't know. Where's the sub for Koma? Because this is the worst part when people, like, one person comes in and then has to leave and the other person shows up and goes from there. Yeah, hold on. I think his name is like his Twitch. In the meantime, while trying to fill this awkward silence, this is when you really need a co-commentator to just not stop talking, things like that. But yeah, as we were mentioning with the interview with Ox and the Stock Power Sky Sharks, definitely looking forward to the way that this playoffs has actually turned out. Did not expect such many upsets, as well as kind of a twist of fate here when it comes to who's actually going to be facing each other in the playoffs. Obviously, you can't predict everything that's going to happen in real life, but just makes things more interesting, in my opinion, if you look at it that way. I'm curious to see what Sharking is going to do with Boston's team here. Can't change up the movesets, but, I mean, based on what we've seen from the Bearticks, we have seen some interesting movesets brought out, which may not become effective enough to take on... Excuse me. Excuse me, my goodness. Which may not be good enough to take on Ivan's team, because Ivan definitely brings some interesting moves, but they're all effective and have purpose. We have caught Coma with movesets that are not that effective, and don't bring out much here. Now, of course, having said all of this, you can't, like, ridiculously sweep with something horrendous, and Coma definitely did not bring out horrendous movesets. He did bring good stuff, and over time we could actually tell that Coma's team actually became more developed and more fleshed out, but I think it was too little too late, and then from there, kind of the team composition between the two defensive Pokemon, like I was saying, I kind of took the power away from him by trying to encourage more defense, and then all of a sudden the offensive core just falls apart, doesn't have enough steam, runs out of steam, and just doesn't do much. That's kind of what I see happening, so... You know, if it was up to him, I mean, it was up to him, but in my head, I'm kind of sitting there going, oops, I guess, from my suggestions, but he didn't have to listen to him. And I don't think he actually did. I think Coma played it out very well, played it the way he wanted to, but I think really trying to experiment and trying to get used to using that just didn't end up paying off. Maybe you should have taken an Oxum strat, just literally ram your face into stuff. Sharky, make sure you're in the health and fitness room for Ivan. We are waiting upon your battle. Team built was valid. I can check that myself. Nothing on the movesets that Coma gave were invalid. Yep, everything here is good. Who had a move they were confused about? Coma or Sharking? Because he can't change anything the Bearticks gave. It might be the same move I just checked on, but... whatever's there is there. Interesting names on Koma's team. Either way, though. We'll be getting to the match number 4 soon enough. Maybe it'll give enough time for World Leader to show up. Again, make sure you're getting those new bits in. Hey, you know what? It just means you're watching more during the Pro Pokeball, which means you get more new bits to donate to your favorite team. So, go from there. Why the hell not, right? Currently in the lead, actually. Let's take a look. We can actually take a look at those. We're getting there, Ivan. I know, man. Apologies. We are getting there. Let's take a look at the Nubits support right now. I'm not going to put it up on screen. I'm just going to take a look at it just to give everyone an idea of who actually is in the lead. Currently, we are looking at... Where are we here? Just loading it up right now. Lanakila Conquerors is actually in a sizable lead. Second place is the Sarasota Suicunes. Third place is the Pichu Warriors, getting a lot of support from the fans. Stockton Thunderous in 4th. Sock-powered Sky Sharks in 5th. QB Destroyers in 6th. Okeechobee Toros in 7th, Alaskan Araquanids in 8th, Boston Bearticks in 9th, and W. Wellington in last in terms of the Nubit support. Ivan, basically there's a video extension at the bottom right-hand side of my video screen. If you click on it and enable the extension, there should be a picture of my face at the bottom right-hand side of your screen. You're getting Nubits by watching every minute is a Nubit, and you can redeem them in 100, 200, 500, or 1,000 Nubits. Towards a team that is not yours. You just put the team name in. No, you cannot drop them on your own team. That'd be rigged. And in that case, Lukeman would be ahead by about 20,000 Nubits. Or would have been. Come on, it can't take that long to build a team of 6. It cannot. The most votes were the Lanakila Conquerors. I just read them off, Acrolance. Oh my god, man. The most supports right now is Lanakila Conquerors with 4,200 Nubits. So they are ahead by 1,400 from second place, which is the Sarasota Suicunes. So you might see more Nubits being dropped for the playoffs players in the coming weeks. Oh, we're actually going to make it through this full 30 minutes before we get to the battle. Damn it. Don't make me pull out the book again. I will read whatever that was. What was that again? The Iliad? The Odyssey? What was that called? The book was called... Oh, the Erestrian! Right, the Erestrian. I could read a section from that book again. Too bad Maria's not here to cringe beyond all imagination. The Book of Noob. Oh, you don't want to hear from that book. That's only during special times when we sacrifice to the Eldritch Godspars. I mean, I still have that. I don't know if I have that voice, nor do I have the space to do that voice. I still have... What was the passage number? No, I still have a reading from the Book of Dex. I always save that. I even have an old deck I was going to build for MTG in here. In the Book of Dex, of course. Let's see. 4 Hedron Crabs, 2 Avengers of Zendikar, 2 Primeval Titans, 3 Solemn Simulacrums, an Omnixilus, probably the old one, Stormtide Leviathan, Kozilek, 2 Omnaths, 4 Oracle of Moldiah. Wow, I thought I had a lot of money here. 3 Harrow, 3 Amulet of Vigor, 1 Knight of Reliquary, 1 to 2 Garruk Wild Speakers. Nice. Reading is extremely fundamental, Ivan. I 100% agree. That's why our main focus is on reading, writing, and math in the school boards. Anyways. Oh my god. Well, luckily, this only matters for Ivan, so if Shark King really wants to go all out and try and destroy Ivan from getting first place, he's gonna have to work with the Koba sets. But, I love math. Math was one of my favorites as well, Ivan. For everyone else, though, maybe it doesn't matter to Ivan. He's fine with his playoff bye, but for certain people, they don't want to be left in the dark to the very end if they want to face Ivan, so. Hey, how you doing, Llama God? There is no him on top on that picture. I have no idea what you're talking about. If you win this match, Ivan, you go to first place. If you tie this match, you stay in second place. If you lose this match, you stay in second place. Now, having said that, that does mean it would be the difference between battling the winner between Oxum and Doodle in the semifinals, or battling the winner between Gamer and Project in the semifinals. Arguably, in my opinion, first place is looking really good. Sandbagging is also discouraged, so just try to win. Simple as that. Hey, Marie, how you doing? What do you mean there is an issue? What issue? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Okay, what do we got here? 3, 4, 5, 6. The egg move and thing. Oh, you got a hot ham and cheese sandwich? I want that, T4. Damn, dude, that sounds really good right now. Unfortunately, based on the mess-ups of teams, the Pokemon is eliminated at that point. You can't use it. It's happened in the past. Shoutouts to Galadite Gardevoir. Gardevoirite Glalie. No, it was Galadite Glalie. It was Galadite Glalie and Gardevoirite Galade. I think that's what it was. It's freaking hilarious. Oh god, what is this? What's my favorite dun? Oh, what's my favorite Dunsparce card? Are you meaning competitively, Acrolance, or are we talking... Yeah, the Glalie was freaking hilarious, T4. That was just classic, and the best part was, they were in the same match. Neither of them had the right Mega Crystal. It was hilarious, Mega Stone, whatever. Non-competitively? Oh, then it's probably, in terms of looks... I don't know, the Burrow rollout one looks great. Just because it's so bad, but it just represents Dunsparce so damn well. Either that or the Double Draw Dunsparce. Most of them look pretty derpy, which is great stuff. Oh no! I almost deleted my own server. Haha, that would have been horrible. Anyways. Oh my god. World Leader is not showing up. I am amazed. That is unfortunate, man. That's really unfortunate. Man had a good chance tonight. Would have been a great fight between Gamer and World Leader. Now it's not happening. Potentially. Hold on, Ivan. We're cleaning up a moveset. So basically what's happening is Coma has an illegal move set on his Azumarill, but that means, because that is an illegal move set, we have done this in the past with Doodle, it's basically dead. You cannot use the Azumarill because it was built incorrectly, and as much as I validate the Pokemon, I miss stuff too. So unfortunately, the Azumarill will be served. The Justice Banhammer. Which means that Sharking is working with 11 Pokemon, so good information for Ivan to know. It is great information for Ivan to know. Either way, we made it. We only made it halfway through the song. We also found an issue with my rules. Not bad. Yeah, we're not going to read from the arrest stream tonight because we do have something to do here. And it is going to be the Boston Beartics going up against W. Wellington. Let's see how this goes. Can Ivan grab first place and arguably get himself the better workout here and just claim himself as the ProPokeBowl regular season champion? Let's see what's going to be happening with this match, though. So taking a look at the team, we do actually see a fairly powerful team here. We do see the Clefable and the Sideswipe, which is a pretty good pairing here. I've been bringing out that Ambipom again. Didn't do much from last week. Let's see what he can try and do again with this week. This is Sideswipe up against the Rhydon. Remember, all Shark King needs is one win, and Ivan is stuck in second place. Ivan's got to have that on his mind right now. He's got to make sure he can get both matches off of Shark King. Arguably a better player than Beartix. Beartix Coach Coma, so. And is allowed for the sub, too. Showdown chat, nothing at all, oh my god. If you people don't want to, if you people spam, it's not shown on camera. I don't care what happens, just don't be stupid about it. Be a human. Be a human. Or just ignore chat if you don't want to see the chat. Either way, knockoff is going to come through on the Victor Bolt. The leftovers is going to be knocked off. Yeah, don't be a bad guy. Either way, though, so the knockoff is going to be done. So Victor has been nerfed. It might be a little bit more of a bulky variant that Coma may have built because he wanted it to take more hits, but usually you'd see Assault Vest if that was the case. So, and this is what we've seen before, where the Beartics do bring out these items, because the team is very, very solidly built. It's just mostly the team building ideas, and that's the type of stuff that you develop the more you play Pokemon. I'm still not fantastic at team building. There are many oversights that I have every time I build teams, and it takes me multiple iterations of it. This is a casual tournament. You bring what you think works. It doesn't work, you try something else next week. You try to play to the strengths of your team. I've been trying to make the decision. You're trying to figure out, because Bug Buzz will, like, destroy Tangro's health. Potentially kill. I don't know if it actually kill, but it is going to do a lot of damage here. Absolutely, oh my god, go for it, man. Let's see what he wants to do. He's probably trying to figure out what exactly he would want to switch in. Maybe the Salazzle because it would quad resist, but also has to worry about the predicted Thunderbolt on the switch. Because right now, it's either Machamp comes in on the Bug Buzz or Salazzle comes in on the Bug Buzz. Ambipom might be sacked just to confirm what Shark King might be thinking to do with these types of plays. Rhydon could also try and come in. This is series number 4, Marie. It's been kind of a slow night. This is the match to see if Ivan can take first place going into the playoffs. One loss, and he is stuck in second due to the head-to-head between Ivan and Mitchie. And there is one match that still has to be played out, which Acrolance is subbing in for Gamer against World Leader, wherever the hell that man ended up being. The Machamp is going to be the Pokemon that is sent in. Maybe it is Assault Vest. The Bug Buzz does come through. Doesn't do a lot, but we also don't know if that's Assault Vest because it was Leftovers Vikavolt. But with Assault Vest, I would expect that maybe is an Assault Vest Machamp. But it's hard to tell without all the boot from the buffs from Specs or, you know, we don't know if that was Specs or, you know, Life Orb buffs. We're not really good with those numbers, are we? And speaking English. The Dhelmise is going to come in. So the Fire Punch does come through. Nice coverage for Wellington to have. Very good. We still don't know if it's going to be No Guts or not, but it is going to do a sizable chunk to the Dhelmise, and Dhelmise will be outsped as well. So Ivan just gets the free hit here. Probably expecting... Actually, I don't know what the Dhelmise would do here. Probably your best bet actually would have been the Clefable, because the Clefable would take pretty much all the hits minus Bullet Punch. But Bullet Punch is not going to be used against a Vikavolt, so... Maybe Shark King just going for maybe it was going to be the standard Dynamic Punch no guard play, but instead it's going to be a double switch into the Infernape, seeing that the Fire Punch is probably the choice. Could be Choice Banded, doesn't look like Choice Banded damage. It probably would have did a little bit more than that onto an Infernape, but who knows? Rhydon is going to come in, as the U-turn does come through. Shark King feeling very safe for that because he knows that the Infernape would just basically destroy Machamp. And Ivan does not want to lose that anytime soon, so it is going to be Sideshow coming in. Rhydon is threatened yet again. Has done nothing for Wellington's team yet, as the Tangrowth does have to come in. We might see an Ice Beam flying through, as it is a Scald that is going to be used instead. Now, Coma, we've seen in the past, has not used Ice Beam. We've seen some very interesting mixed movesets on the Seismitoad and stuff like this, so kind of curious to see what he brought today for Ivan. Knowing that he has a Tangrowth and a Rhydon, Seismitoad already has the Dual Stab to handle the Rhydon, so I'm curious. Ice Beam would make the most sense on Seismitoad to take out this Tangrowth, but it's going to be the Vikavolt coming in as the Big Drain is used. Ivan's still not getting exactly done what he wants, but he is getting a little chip damage here and there, and with the Vikavolt being knocked off, basically is neutered with it. Machamp is now going to be coming through. His Air Slash is used. Machamp being the standard play, but it is going to be a nice play. That does look kind of like... Again, can't really tell. It does look like Assault Vest soaked that up, but it's also not Stab, and it's Vikavolt without any type of special attack boosting thing. This time, we do see the Fire Punch coming through. Machamp is faster. Takes out the Vikavolt. Not bringing in... I'm very curious... Oh, No Guts. You mean No Guard. Haha. Kind of curious as to why that what the? Acrobatics! Whoa! Life Orb Acrobatics! That's too meta for me. Still curious that the Clefable has not come in to handle this, so something must be on that Clefable that is being hidden. I have no idea. Although, to be fair, Coma was asking me for memes, so I did provide memes for Coma to use. Unfortunately, he didn't get to use them himself, but the Starmie is going to come in. Does go for the Rapid Spin. As the Tangrowth is going to come in now. The HP... Ooh! Okay, that can't be HP Ice. That would just be... Coma is not that silly. Is that HP Fire? It could HP Bug? I'm probably HP Fire. I want to assume it's an HP Fire. Earthquake is going to come through against the Clefable. Clefable does have the leftovers. It's going to be fairly bulky. It can handle basically the two walls of this. Salazzle will be probably the Pokemon to come in. And knowing a normal Clefable moveset, it can't touch Salazzle. It's a little tough to tell right now. Yes! Yes! I was told this was coming. Metronome Clefable, ladies and gentlemen. It's happened. Yes! Beautiful. See, this is the only match where I get to watch. This is the only match where I get to watch memes. Will-O-Wisp will be coming out, so this is probably that double status Salazzle that Ivan has used before, which is not too bad. It also means it might not be running Nasty Plot, so it's not going to be able to get any sweep. And based on its speed, if maybe you take out the Infernape, Salazzle would be able... Well, Infernape and Seismitoad, you might be able to sweep through with Salazzle with Nasty Plot. We don't know about that yet. But This is the match where you get to see memes, and it's happening. Giga Drain will come through. Tangrowth is trying to do as much as it can. At this point, you probably want to risk it. Seeing Metronome, and Ivan needs to 2-0. He's probably going to go for a knockoff here just to threaten this thing out, unless there's something like Flamethrower or Fire Blast on this Clefable. Ivan needs to take some kind of advantage here, and if it means neutering this Clefable, which is being a big pain in the butt for him, probably do that. Although Salazzle is still super safe. You don't want to risk getting an Earthquake rolled in onto that Salazzle, though, so... Metronome can be a fickle person at one point. Oh my god, Nature's freaking Madness? That's actually a really good move to roll. Basically a special version of Super Fang, so it does bring Tangrowth down. That's a fair amount of damage you had to take. Ice Beam is going to be used on the Rhydon coming in. Also takes a bunch of damage. I don't care what they're saying. Boston Bearticks are finding advantages slowly in this match as the Rhydon is taken down. That's half the defensive core. Okay, 1/3 defensive core taken down. So Salazzle's now going to make its way in. Probably just going for Sludge Wave, the best hit to go against the entire team. Rampardos and Saizo would come in, but it is going to be Saizo coming in as a Tangrowth also makes its way in. Nice play by Ivan, playing the field, knowing that Saizo has to come in to save that Clefable's life, just to make sure he tries to get the Metronome Explosion off and win the match with that. Infernape is going to make its way in now. I'm sure Ivan is feeling perfectly fine. Giga Drain is still okay to go for here. Infernape is just going to slowly be taking damage. He could go for knockoff on the Infernape, maybe just try and take away its item, but I don't think it's as important to him. Although, if he did go for knockoff, it would mean that Infernape, if it is carrying a... it does have Life Orb? I can't remember. It does have Life Orb. It would mean less damage, but he also knows he has Salazzle to take all the hits, so maybe he doesn't care about that. Just wants to go for the extra damage to make less attacks come off from the monkey. But either way, it is going to be Tangrowth coming in as the Clefable is going to make its way in as well. Basically having a bunch of mind games here. Shark King trying to roll through here to try and get as much going. Acid Spray! Nice Spadef drop, bro. And he's going to get the damage down on the Clefable. Of course, the Clefable, let's take a look. Have we seen its full moveset yet? I'm getting confused with Metronome because right now it feels like Clefable's holding 7 moves. But Moonlight can definitely be a thing that is on this moveset. Could be Wish as well. And Tangrowth, again, because of the Toxic, the same thing happened with Mantine where Ivan's just stuck with this. He actually rolls a light screen? Are you kidding me? This Clefable is the champion of the people. Gets the light screen, which is enormous right now because Salazzle, Starmie, and Tangrowth are all special attackers. This actually matters a lot. The Will-O-Wisp does come out, though. Forgot about it. His Head Smash does come through. Doesn't matter. It does mean it is neutered for the future, but this turns out to be a Mold Breaker Rampardos. But the burn is going to matter because now the Tangrowth can come in. Maybe it won't die behind that light screen and maybe get 2 hits off with a Fire Punch or something like that. But yeah, for like the next 2 turns, Ivan does have to stall out to get that thing out of there before he can go in and try and kill with anything else. I mean, Ambipom is obviously physical, but I don't know why he keeps bringing Ambipom. I really need to know the logic of what that Ambipom offers to his team, unless he's looking at fake-out stuff. Pain Split Rampardos. Interesting. Okay. Don't see much value in that, but he's got it. And that's actually going to matter against the Tangrowth here, so Giga Drain is going to come through. Again, Light Screen matters. And Tangrowth is taking a bunch of damage from Poison. So, what are you going to do? At this point, probably Head Smash. Oh, gets the miss. In fact, Ivan actually going for the Earthquake, maybe predicting the Infernape to come in. That's going to cost him a lot more HP, not going for the Giga Drain. Because even going for Giga Drain against the Infernape might not be a kill. But he has Starmie. He doesn't have to be worried about the kill on Infernape. Because he already has that secured, actually, between Ambipom and Infernape. U-turn is going to come through. Tangrowth tanks it up. But the bad part here is Delmise can come in, stop that Giga Drain from doing much damage. If he's going for Earthquake, he's going to get even less done. Saizo is going to come in. The Earthquake does come through, and Tangrowth is going to be sacrificed here. Ivan's down 3-2 right now. I don't know if he can do much left here. Here we go. Ambipom's coming in. What is the monkey going to do? Fake Out does get confirmed. We do not see Life Orb. Could be a Z Crystal. Could be something like that. Could be, honestly, it could be Z Crystal, what's it called? But considering I just saw Tail Slap, is this Skill Link Ambipom? Oh, please don't tell me it's Skill Link Ambipom. For the love of God, please don't tell me it's a Skill Link Ambipom. That's amazing. But either way, Starmie, I think, can clean up both these Pokemon here. Delmise will not be able to outspeed if Starmie gets in. basically if Sharkin kills off the Ambipom, the Starmie is completely safe to be like, yep, what are you going to do? Because he will be outsped, he has Life Orb, so Starmie will outspeed both, and will win it. Ivan on his way to taking first place in the final week, taking back his crown after seeing an upset over Mitch tonight. There's only so much that Sharkin can do. That thing is taken down as he ends up going for the Psyshock. Delmise comes in, the Ice Beam will finish it. Does he have it, though, is the question. He might not, actually, if he's carrying Thunderbolt and Scald. Psyshock may not finish that off, which means Power Whip would. This has big implications, ladies and gentlemen. Ivan might be kicking himself. He hasn't just auto-clicked Ice Beam. Is he calcing? This might be it. Psyshock crit? Maybe Psyshock will kill. He's going for the Z Crystal. He's going for the Hydro Vortex. It barely misses the kill. And he's going to be taken out. Ivan is denied first place. And GG. Beartix. Break the hearts and dreams that any Ivan supporter had. Unbelievable. I have the stupidest grin on my face right now. That's insane. That is insane. Ladies and gentlemen, you would think with Mitch showing so much weakness tonight, this was Ivan's time to use Coma as a bounce board. Little bouncy castle in the first place, but no. Using a sub-slot, by the way. Uh-oh. Using a sub-slot, the final sub-slot for him, to make it through. Unbelievable. But it's not over. Ivan can still tie for first. He can still tie and take second seed anyways. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. But you know what? I mean, that's the way it goes, right? Again, you look at Starmie. Starmie was most likely Thunderbolt, Waterium Z with Scald, Psyshock, and Rapid Spin. The coverage was just not there in the end. Can't finish it off. I gotta watch that match again. I was getting lost. I actually think that Metronome literally won the Boston Beartix that series, because I think Ivan's done. I think Ivan's just quit. He doesn't even want to finish it. And again, it doesn't actually matter, because he can't gain anything. But yeah, literally, because he was not able to go for the Giga Drain to kill off that Rampardos, just an extra hit comes in. Tangrowth is taken down, but even then there are other things that had to be considered as well. Not the coverage in the end, but also just not having the answer necessarily to... It had the answer to Sizito, but Sizito was just never left in to die. That's the defensive core of Comas. It just needed proper usage with it, and there you go. Unbelievable. In a disadvantage 2 with 11 Pokemon. I think that's it. I think Ivan has conceded the series. That's insane. What can I say, boys? I think he's done. I don't see him continuing. The continuation for him doesn't even matter at this point. But yeah. 11 Pokemon was the disadvantage. That's actually unbelievable. What a night, ladies and gentlemen. What a night to be alive in my channel. Seeing both Titans take it down. Although, one could argue someone pissed off gods tonight. Somebody pissed off someone, but unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, World Leader is a no-show. And with the end of the tournament, let's take a look at your Pro Pokeball Season 4 playoff members. Bichu Warriors, W Wellington, Sock Powered Sky Sharks, Sarah Soda Suicunes, Okeechobee Toros, and Alaskan Araquanids. Congratulations to these 6 coaches. Mitch, Ivan, Ox, Gamer, Project, and Doodle. Look how close this tournament actually was, though. The tournament is not over. Now we go to the playoffs, Llama. Didn't even matter for the Beartics. Technically, World Leader still goes up. He is the tiebreaker winner there because I don't know how well they do each other. Did he even go to 7th? Hold on. Okay, let's see. I'm looking for Stockton Thunderous against Beartics. Oh, he 2-0'd. Yeah, so he's officially in 7th place. There you go. All right. I can't. I simply cannot. I don't understand, ladies and gentlemen. What a freaking night, though. I didn't even save that battle, did I? Oh, did I? I didn't save the battle. Or did I? I did. Alright, so this is how it's going to work, ladies and gentlemen. So, the 6 of you... Well, luckily, Dog Food, he'll get his chance in the playoffs. It is unfortunate. I mean, we actually had Season 1, literally 6 people dropped, and we had 12 people in the tournament, so literally, that was the 6 that went to the playoffs. So, it could have been much worse. But... needless to say, I think the Sarasota Suicunes earned their way into the playoffs regardless if that's any consolation to Gamer. So this is how it's going to work, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get onto full face here. So, if you are in the playoffs, let's go through the rules here. Let me grab them up really quickly. The playoffs play out a little bit differently from the regular season. If you're brand new to the channel, you've never seen the playoffs before. Wait for this shit. Stuff, sorry. Where is my full internet thing? Do I have a full internet face thing? There we go. Awesome. Okay, so let's go all the way down to this part that you've all been staring at. The playoffs. So, the way this is going to work, we've determined the 6 seeds. The first 2 seeds, which is first place and second place, for those of you who are not familiar with sports lingo, get a playoff bye, which means the quarterfinals, they are gone through. So, the way this is going to go, 3rd seed plays up against 6th seed, which will be the Sock-Powered Sky Sharks. Oops. Oh, that's interesting. Can we not, though? Go back here. Thank you. It will be the Sock-Powered Sky Sharks going up against the Alaskan Araquanids, and it'll be C4 versus C5, which happens to be the Okeechobee Toros going against the Sarasota Suicunes. From there, the winners of 4th and 5th place will take on Seed 1, which will be Pichu Warriors. And the winner between Sock Powered Sky Sharks and the Alaskan Araquanids will be going up against W Wellington. the finals will be determined based on that. The way that this works, guys, is you will be receiving a Google Docs right now. I'm going to send them out to you while we're on stream to make sure you guys have nothing wrong with it. If you are on Discord, you will be receiving it. You will be receiving a very specific sheet for reasons for me to calculate them. So let me get this to you right now. What you are going to do is you are going to send me with this sheet by Friday. You're going to answer this sheet with all of your available times. If you are a maybe, say no. You can change it up to Friday. If we don't have 2 days, basically 2 days for 3rd through 6th seed, and then 1 day from 1st through 6th, that's free. We will keep adding dates. It doesn't matter how long it takes for us to finish the playoffs. We are basically just going through and making sure that everybody has the right dates so that regardless of the results, everyone's allowed to participate in the playoffs who have made it. So, first seed goes off to Mitch. There we go. That's first place. Second place in the regular season goes off to W. Wellington. Congratulations, Ivan. Of course, you have. This is your time to drop new bits right now. That was insane. Oh, man. So these are all being sent to you via Discord. I'll put another message out through Twitch feed and Twitter and Discord for you guys to make sure you haven't missed this notes. Third seed, here we go, to Oxum. Congratulations. Hurry up, hurry up. Come on, computer. You can do it. Baked potato, baked potato, baked potato, baked potato. Here we go. Now, of course, trades will be normal. I will announce a trade date as well, depending on the playoff date. So basically what's going to happen is for trades for the playoffs, we will extend the number of days you guys have for making a trade with the pool or with the top 6 players in the playoffs. So you can no longer trade with Stockton Thunderous, Lanakila Conquerors, Boston Beartics, or QB Destroyers, whether or not they had an available trade anyways. You're not allowed to trade with them anymore. Oh, shoot. You know what? I'm making mistakes here. Give me 1 second. I forgot that I have to give editing permissions. Just give me 1 moment. This is a slow part of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Just relax and enjoy the music. Oh, does that just... Oh, okay, good. So I could just, anyone with this link can edit. Anyone with this link can edit. Here we go. If you have any issues, playoff people, please let me know. Making sure everything's going well here. Can the mobs? What do you mean the mobs? The people who are out of the playoffs cannot trade to the ProPokeBowl pool. Only the people that are in the playoffs right now can make trades. So yes, you can trade to the pool once, and that's before the quarterfinals, so you have to make your trade. I will announce the trade day for you guys. 4th place, Okeechobee Doros. I'm getting their project. go. 5th place. No, I'm not gonna interview Shark King. We know what happened. Fifth place to Gamer. Congratulations, Gamer. I mean, he does deserve congratulations for winning. Although I do not appreciate people making fun of Koma's movesets either, though. We can have fun with it. I think it's gone a little too far tonight, guys. So let's calm it down a bit, please. 6th place, going to Doodle. I'm sending it to you on Discord, Doodle, okay? There we go. Oh, world leader. Oh, no. So, yeah, the Pokemon on the teams of the people who are out do not go to the trade pools. They stay there. So you can only work with the trade pool for the trades. World Leader has bowed out officially for tonight, so Gamer received the 2-0 regardless of whether or not we were waiting. Nonetheless. Okay, so the 6 of you have received your notes. So, again, I'm going to send it out. We have until... Where are we here? We have until Friday for you guys to give me the dates. Please, 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 I understand you are very busy. This takes you 2 minutes. This is not building a team. This is telling me if you're free or not. And again, if you're unsure, put no. Alright? Unless it changes on another day, then you take another 5 seconds to open this up and put yes. You will build a team of 12 Pokemon. Once you hand in that team in the quarterfinals, that is it. This includes first and second seeds. So all 6 players must submit a team by the quarterfinals. So at the quarterfinals, you will submit the... I don't care if you show up or not. If you're first, so if you're Mitchie or Ivan, you don't have to show up. You just have to give me the team. If you're everyone else, you must also give me the team. This team never changes throughout the entire playoffs. You are stuck with the same movesets, the same abilities, the same movesets, same abilities, same everything. If anything changes, I'm okay with the nicknames changing. If anything changes, you will be instantly banned from the playoffs. Or instantly kicked out. Not banned, but you will be kicked out of the playoffs, no questions asked. If you screw up, that is on you. Your Pokemon is useless throughout the entire playoffs, so don't bone it. Don't screw up. It is a best of 5 rather than a series of 2. So best of 5s have some different implications. Obviously, you have to win 3. It's a best of 5. But in between, you have substitution between everything else. Everything is good like that. You play 1 best of 5. Once you lose, you are out of the playoffs. There's no double elimination crap like that. You are just dead. We are not going to discuss my rules, Oxen. We have done this for 2 seasons now. That was my fault. I did not fix it in the rules. But we have gotten people in this season for that. It will continue to be that. Especially since I missed it. Also, there will be no trades between the quarterfinals and semifinals. You must do your trades by the quarterfinals. That also includes first and second seed. So, simple as that. If there are no questions, if there are no questions about the playoffs, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We will have those dates for you. Unfortunately, I cannot give you any official dates, but I will let you know that there will be a special analysis stream. There will be a Noob's Notes, which will be very much similar to the format I did for the Celebrity Edition one, and I think Season 3? I can't remember if I did one Season 3, but for the Celebrity Edition, we will definitely do that. But there will be a special analysis stream the day before the quarterfinals, if I can get to it. Hopefully, if not, I'll do it another stream before that, and we'll get from there. There'll be an official live analysis stream of the 6 teams that are in the playoffs, as well as my predictions to see who will be going through to the playoffs. I'm going to take my time, obviously, again, and work through that. This time, there's no statistics. It's just straight up looking at who's going to win, so I'm good with that. So, yeah. Expect that. You will get all those dates out on social media and everything like that. But thank you very much for coming out, guys. Appreciate all the support you guys give to the stream. The ProPokeBowl is going strong. We are into the playoffs now. Congratulations to our 6 coaches. We'll see you on the next ProPokeBowl. If you are here for regular streaming content, though, we'll be back tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Probably, I don't know. What are we going to do? I think we were going to start another Nuzlocke. I can't remember what people suggested. What was the Nuzlocke we were going to do? Platinum? No, that was not the playoffs. Oh my god, that was the end of the regular season. The playoffs is starting on the next ProPokeBowl stream. So. Enjoy your nights, everybody. We'll get you out those times. I think we're starting a Nuzlocke tomorrow night. If not, we're going to do a couple of bingos. Why the hell not? If not, maybe I'm playing something with someone else. I don't know yet. It's hard to plan day by day. But we'll see you tomorrow night. If not, we'll see you in the playoffs. Have a good one, all. Good luck, coaches.